Hello, guys. Welcome back to VCC OCE Season 4. I'm your host, Void, joined by your co host, Nats. Tonight, we have the privilege of casting for SEL's Warriors versus Dogfight. First map being Lotus, then Ascent for the second, and the decider being Bind. Nats, how are you feeling tonight?
Well, this is quite the important matchup because it's an elimination game between Dogs and Cell. Um, both teams are fairly good, and I believe they can put up a great performance today.
Yeah, do you have any predictions going in, maybe? Are you
Or
rooting for any
predictions?
certain team?
Well, as seeing as natural is on Dogs, I think I had to root for Dogs a little bit, but I'll keep it
Same.
quite neutral on both my side for casting. And as for predictions, I'm expecting Dogs to go for quite an aggressive comp, as they have, I believe, three duelist players, so at least a double duelist is what I'm
Oh, okay.
expecting. And yeah, so let's get into. So for agent select, right?
We're ready? Yep, there we go.
Yes, there we go. Now going into Lotus, mm, I'm expecting a double duelist comp from the side of Dogs, and maybe something more regular, like just a solo raise for Cells.
Yeah, it looks like we're both hovering Fade here, which is a pretty default comp.
Yeah, looks like Zorba and Usman are going on to the Raze and Neon respectively. And Natural's actually filling out on Fade.
Yeah, I didn't think Natural would go Fade. Usually he's a bit more of an aggressive player, but we have
Yeah,
Zorba on the Yoru this time, so we'll see
yeah,
how it goes, I guess.
fully locked. Now, Cells are going for the more interesting, probably more meta Viper comp, whereas we look at Dogs, they're going for a double duelist, as I said before, and balancing out with a Cypher Fade and Omen, all relatively good picks for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty exciting matchup, and with it being an elimination game, I think it's gonna be pretty chaotic, you know? I'll see everyone at their best, which I assume, everyone try-harding, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. To start us off with, uh, Void, how do you think this map's going to be played? Do you think it's going to be more A control, C control, or...
I think there's gonna be a lot of A lobby control. Usually it is a Lotus pretty like rubble control, rubble fire. I'm expecting a lot of utility dump here, but obviously, might be incorrect. I haven't seen too many of Cells Warriors or Dogfights playstyle, so I'm also in for a bit of a surprise too.
Yeah, interesting. We see Cell go for the Sheriff here at the beginning, going maybe for some spam. As the Neon Sun comes out, Fade Eye does see Usman holding up onto the A angle. And the rest of the team is backing off, just leaving Usman onto the angle. As the rest of Cell are defaulting onto the other sides of the map, seems that um, Dude is pushing up. Usman managing to get one on the ERP back in A main, as Dude is now hopefully up on B, but it seems like Dogs are expecting this.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks like B side is completely just there for them to take here.
yeah. And Cells execute onto the B side. And Salmonella caught out, not aware of the push up. Dude also though, getting traded back by Natural. Fade Horn does see Cell. As the rest of the Dogs are pushing out of spawn, short. And Manager manages to get two. I'm about to default, but Manager gets his third on the round, winning it and giving Dogs the pistol.
Yeah, I mean, genuinely, that was a pretty chaotic round. Everyone was coming in from different angles, trying to get that retake. Yeah, it looks... Yeah, it looks like we're having a little bit of a tech pause here.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
maybe some issue.
You know. Alright, you wanna run me through, do you think that... So we saw that Cells were running for it for a little bit of a default. Do you think they will continue to do that, or how do you expect them to play
I
the rap?
I feel like since they have, a neon... Wait, yeah. No.
They have a raise, they have a raise.
They have a raise, pardon. Since they have a raise and a viper, I mean, I would assume they would play a little more defaulty than usual. But since they don't have many, they just have one flash, it'll be a bit harder for them to be able to exec and play a bit more aggro. So I'm just gonna take a guess and say they're probably gonna be a little more defaulty.
I can agree with that, especially with the Viper Wall coming out now. They do seem to be going to go for a full hit on C. Um, for the side of Dogs, they seem to be liking this A main aggression quite a bit, and are looking to do it again.
Yeah, I mean we do see SEL here sort of gripped up on C here, but who knows? It might just be here for for tricks. Could just
Yep.
go to A suddenly,
Yeah. It seems that we are live.
So it does look like they're going to be 5-man committing C Mount here. They'll be fighting for that, and we have Salmonella waiting there alone, taking care of Seaside. Do you think that Salmonella has the skill and the setup here to take on this fight?
I think he can delay the push, but definitely not hold it off, especially on the lower buy, as default is going to go for the Vice Flash early onto B main, spotting no one, as a huge exit by Dog going through it on the A side. Just left out to Salmonella with the Spectre actually forcing up. OP is now fully on C, and it seems that they are going to go for a retake by Dogs.
Yeah.
Coming down by Yukio, or spammed out by Salmonella though.
Spike planted.
Yeah, it looks like Dogs is playing a little bit more passive, letting them take control of the site and then just flooding them back in.
Salmonella catching one, but getting cloned off, getting a huge trades coming on from both sides though. Headshot gets his second, and Zorbra gets the loss. And just what a clean retake by Dogs right there.
Yeah, I mean, it truly is a dogfight, it seems, but it seems a little bit one-sided. SEL Warriors are going to have to deal with the immense flood onto site, and they're deciding to retake a lot of the time, Getting that post plant down is a little bit problematic for them, it seems.
Agreed. It seems that Cells are actually going to go for a default A push over here, coming up with the Viper Wall. Dogs aren't intending to fight this again, so a heavy fight incoming to occur. First comes out with the C's from Fade, a stun comes out from Neon. OP just jiggling it, but the paranoia pushes them off. Cells just chilling though. Usman trying to go for more. Natural gets one through the wall. Fake out. Not spotted, but not shot. And it's just up to Usman. Usman gets one but traded out by Yopi. And Salmonella pushes just a heavy push back into CT. Cells picking out. Zorbra caught out, spamming through smoke. And it's just left up to Natural on this A side. Nade coming in. Natural pushes in the smoke, trying to get their timing. Doesn't spot Yopi though. There's a huge timing between the two players.
Oh.
But Natural wins out. Fade Horn gets shot. Natural goes for a second, but cannot get fined. Up to manager now. Not noting the location. And has the backstab, but unable to find out. Salmonella gets his. Now left to have 2v1. Dude gets his first. Aware of where Salmonella is. But just 7 bullets left. Here's Salmonella. Whiffs the first shot, whiffs the second, and Salmonella clutches it out.
It looks like SEL really loves to sort of stack a single site, fighting for that control. But Dogs are right there waiting for them, having an amazing, predictable, like they're predicting all of where they're going, and they're just ready.
Yes, very strong retakes indeed by Dogs.
Yeah. And we have Salmonella lurking, getting that flank. It was a bit unfortunate seeing Yoppy and Natural getting that bit of a timing in that dark cover. So that could have been, the kill of the round.
This is a nice spot.
What trip by Salmonella right there, just trying to catch out the Fade Horn. Cam out early, spots out that no one is see as a huge A fight is going on. Usman immediately caught out though. Led up to Zorba, TP's out. As the rest of SEL finally win the A fight.
Yeah, again, it looks like SEL is just flooding onto A, all 5, maybe not realizing that they might need a lurk to sort of stop Salmonella. And
Natural caught out though on the flank. Now it's up to Zorba. Spots 1, spots 2, but unable to find one. Huge timing by Salmonella, gets 1, shoots it up, but Yopi traded it out, left up to just Manager now in a 4v1, noting his location and rotating up to its B.
Yeah, it looks like
Spike
Natural
planted.
is saying it's AFK, calling his own lie.
Catches up on Manager, noting his location. Dogs just kind of have to chill. Unaware of the location, Yopi swings out and catches Manager. First round on the board for Cells.
Yeah, I mean, it might look like Cell needs to sort of switch up their tactic here. I mean, I feel like they only won that out of just their utility usage, but having them stack and stack like just like this, as we can see here, onto A, could lead to some complications with Dog's love for lurking and flanking. Could pose a bit of an issue.
Agreed. As they are going for another A fight, Satchel coming out now. As the Omen TP's out. Fade Horn's gonna spot all of the players on Cells. But Usman has to back off. Leaving only Natural onto the A side, shooting some spam, but unable to find his. Door is broken. Door cover is gonna come smoke into stairs. This Viper picks up the orb.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like Dogs is trying to prod around here, trying to figure out where they're going for, and Neural Theft gets taken.
Yeah. Noting the rotate now. As all of Dogs is pushing out a CT, dude's not going to be aware of this. A huge kill by Usman, traded out by Yukio. Natural, just watching the angle. Know that they confined C, all 3 players.
Yeah, like, do they know that Natural and Zorba are right behind them waiting?
Oh,
They're not
Yopi is
aware!
not aware indeed. And Salmonella gets his.
Spike down,
Yopo is,
C.
he just uses,
30 seconds left.
oh, Yopo is very quiet.
Naturally,
Willow.
his trigger discipline, is it going to pay off, or are they going to turn around and see
Oh,
this tab waiting for them?
Shot sold out by Zorba, but they're super low on both sides of cells. Manager, shots not hitting. Just set up to do a 2v2 now. Manager going for the slow peaks. Finds his first on Yukio. What a transfer onto
Yeah, I
Yukio right
mean,
there.
Personally, do you think Natural should have shot before they entered site, or?
I mean, I think Natural's lurk was fine. I think it was just a shot by Zorba actually sort of noting the location. And
Yeah, it was a bit strange.
yeah.
I expected Natural to sort of be able to get some kills there, but it just looks like it was a bit unfortunate having Yukio turn around and, having a little fight and altercation there.
Yeah, a good catch by the rest of Manager though, getting a huge 2k to win out the round. Noting that they were both quite low.
Yeah, Zorba was able to get some chip damage in there. It looks like SEL is taking a little bit of a different approach here, splitting up to A.
Dogs though, not wanting to change their mind. Fade Horn does spot out too. Zorba TP's out into tree as the Fade Dog does not see anyone. Summoner is just left on the island to see sides. Speaking out C main, not seeing anybody. Quite the timing there. Yopi, again, already low.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like SEL is just trying to get an entry frag here to let their team know that it is okay to get on site here.
Yeah. Manager notes the location of Cell. Playing back though. Fake out does get shot. And it seems that Cell want to end off on A.
Yeah, it looks like SEL is leaning towards A here, just waiting for that small opening that Dog has left to tear it open and entry.
Dog actually have the wrong read, rotating Usman all the way to C
Yeah.
side.
And we're
Zorba,
about to get a little bit of a fight here.
huge fight by Zorba, finding one in the smoke. Natural though,
30
gets
seconds
his,
left.
gets a
Yeah.
second. And actually uses the Fade Horn, not spotting it out. Default traded it out, but it's a 2v5. Default uses the phone.
Standing.
Default
Spike is
started doom scrolling
So dude's
on
going.
TikTok here.
Yeah, I'm caught up by Usman.
Yeah, having Zorba and Natural sort of anchor on A there, being patient, waiting for that slight pixel of color pop up, really showed why patience can be a virtue here.
Yeah, quite a what an approach by Dogs. Not changing their approach. They're gonna go for another A fight.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like they're trying very hard not to get confused by
This
the
goes
lack of
here.
info.
That goes there.
And just waiting and being
Ah,
patient.
This is a nice spot.
They seem that SEL are going for a 5-man hit onto B, leaving just Manager onto the B side. But Dogs have been pushed out quite far into A main. Noting location, Salmonella too.
Yeah, I mean, they have gained so much info, they just have to know that they're just sitting in B main. As we can see, Manager and Natural, and everyone else sort of just
Catching out on SEL though.
waiting.
SEL knows the location of Usman. Slowly pushing out now. But do they know there's two?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a trap on both sides, waiting to clamp down here.
Yeah, Salmonella having control. See? Keeps him safe. Oh, it does seem like the Visor is coming to come out.
Yeah.
Raise satchels onto side. Cells are behind the box. Blue is just Judge, unable to find one. Rest of Dogs though do not have a gun. Fire Horn's coming out now.
Natural pulling off that nightfall.
Weapon here.
Salmonella noting where Spike is. And Usman peeks out, gets his though. Manager into a 1v4 position, and Manager gets the one.
Yeah. I mean, this Omen and Neon duo is just unstoppable here with the blind and the slide. I mean, this is pretty hard to counter.
Yeah, 6-1 half on Dogs right now, really working out for them.
Yeah, getting that nightfall off to sort of counter that Steel Garden. It really helps on the side of Dogs.
What do you think SEL could be doing better to try and win out these rounds?
Personally, I mean, as we can see here again, they're sort of 5-stacking, which means that they only get the information of the main of the site that they're going to, you know? So, with so much map control that Dogs have, it's very hard to actually rotate in space and rotate
Gets
if
a
needed.
huge second kill! Coming out on A. Hides behind the box, Natural now, peeking out, taking his turn, shooting his own one. Falling back. Fade Prowler is gonna get sent.
It looks like a little bit of hesitation here coming from the side of SEL.
Yeah. Natural notes the location of Dude. Still wants to push him back though. Oh, a huge goal in default. Swinging out. Dude still noted. And the Manager gets his.
Oh,
Natural gets the
Natural!
second. What a shot by him. And the 71 flawless.
This is like Dogs versus puppies here, man. Not much of a fight coming from SEL.
Dogs versus puppies indeed. SEL lacking a bit of that control, lacking a bit of that department and getting the picks off.
Yeah, I mean, here we have SEL with just a sheriff. And it looks like they're sort of branching out a little bit here, maybe getting a little bit more map control. But 7-1, it is hard to get a comeback here.
Yeah, Natural now, using the Fade Horns. Does not spell out Yopi. Pushing up now. Does he know that Yopi is here? Natural makes up the sound. Natural gets one.
Spike down. C.
Gets his second. Huge by Natural. Still finding C main control. Default backs off though. As they run into A main. And it's just up to Zorba right there. To catch anyone
Yeah,
out.
look at this, like, look at the map control that Dogs have over SEL.
Yeah, Natural already getting his pick on flank. Gets his second.
Oh.
Up for the ace. Natural
And he gets an
his third.
ace!
Ace on the board for Natural.
That look, I mean, I'm not saying anything, but Natural's a bit of a demon tonight.
Yeah, huge on the board. SEL's in trouble now.
Yeah, being able to get that first frag on Mound, and they're sort of being, Yoppie being distracted by the spy cam by Salmonella. changing their crosshair placement, and Natural just knew and swung off of that, and that just led to an amazing snowball to an ace.
AC's coming out though, but SEL's just lurking up with one onto A, as the rest of them are fighting for their AC control. Usman though, pushing up. Is he gonna note? He does in fact note SEL and catches him out.
Wait a moment.
It looks like they're a bit of a flush here again.
That's coming out. Some again against one, not spammed out. A huge ping by the trip.
Down, C.
Coming in second.
One enemy
Natural though,
remaining.
getting his. And now it's just up to Usman against Dudes. Guardian comes out, a slide up, slide back as a shorty, not able to catch it. Natural whiffing a bit. 360. Ooh. A little bit of a throw by both
Great.
players. 9 HP. Up, all up to Dude though. Fake out comes out. Dude notes it out. Huge kill. Spots our manager, but manager can get the kill.
Yeah.
Almost throwing a 4v1 right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were deciding to do there, but I mean, they got the win anyway.
Yeah.
I wonder though if we're gonna see a fake clone from Zorba. That would be very interesting to see if SEL falls for it.
Yeah, I mean, a 9-1 lead for Dogs right now. Everything's going right for them.
Yeah, and now SEL is stuck on an eco, not being able to quite full bar here.
Going back to their original ideas.
Where are you?
Fade
Yeah,
out comes
five
out.
stacking A.
Natural. CP's back, side to the back, gets a second. Usman.
Headshot.
Huge by him. Natural unable to find his Zorbit, gets one TV's out. And it is left up to do a 2v3 spike in an island onto rubble right there.
Yeah, I
Going
mean,
back
it looks
around.
like Headshutter is truly shredding heads here.
I have the spike.
Therefore,
like-
is gonna manage to pick up the spike.
Yeah, it looks like Dogs here is just trying to reclaim some space, trying to prod, see any rotations here. But Salmonella is going to hear that gun drop.
Yeah, huge push up by Salmonella. They do seem to be hitting A, and Dogs are gonna note this. Zorba pushing out a little, getting a little aggressive. Mike jump spots both. And Zorba gets caught out.
One
Manager
enemy remaining.
gets his,
Manager.
Spike down.
TP's
A.
out. And it's left up to a 2v1. Salmonella coming back from B main now. And Dude trying to find him.
30 seconds left.
Picks up the gun. But location is noted.
He doesn't know. This could be an amazing timing right here.
Manager. Oh, gets spotted out though. TP,
Sick.
fake.
Do another fake plan
12
here.
seconds. Manager gets the kill to do
Ooh.
huge kill. And then it's up to a 10-2.5 guys after coming
Yeah,
off.
I mean,
Last round
Dude
before
knew
the
where
switch.
Manager was. However,
Buy what
they
you
also had
need.
to keep in mind where
Otherwise, we're going
Salmonella
to be
was,
very
and Dude didn't quite know where he was. So we had a bit of an altercation there, and it looks like Natural's DC'd here, so we are gonna have a little bit of a tech pause. But while we are waiting for him to come back, what do you think, SEL should be doing to make this a little better?
I mean, for the side of Cells, they have to be winning these early duels. It's constant 4v1 for them. I mean, I like the lurks they're implementing, but they're not really... They should be trying to win the A fight and then folding back off of that instead of just trying to commit to it. Possibly having a 1-1-3 set up onto A instead.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, again, they're sort of just clumping up together, not quite getting that information they need, especially with the fade, having the offline info is pretty, useful to them, especially on a map like Lotus, where you can get sort of flanked or peeked from really any angle.
Yeah, especially with the Viper Wolf, it's really easy to lurk up, but they're not really quite utilizing this comp, which I spot some issues with that.
Yeah, I mean, with Dogs here just loving to take that space, sort of sniff out your cell, if you will. It's very one-sided, having so much information and so much map control. It's almost impossible for Cell to take back space.
Indeed. For the side of dogs, I mean, they're having the time of their life, 10-1 right now, and it is quite a lot of this control is it's due to Salmonella being able to hold down the seaside, the trust put into him as a sentinel, and
Yeah.
it seems that he will be challenged again by Souls.
Yeah, I mean, the difference between Cypher and Vise is that Cypher, with his spy cam, is actually allowed to see how many and where they are and where they're going, whereas Vise's sheer wall doesn't really have that capability and is very easily counted, actually.
Yeah, Cypher does bring out the info allowed for more aggressive setups like dogs are doing. It's quite a cohesive comp for dogs.
But it does look like dogs have all of their ult, while Cell only has From the Shadows, Showstopper, and Viper's Pit. But it does look like Yuppie here taking the judge approach. Yeah, I mean, we could be seeing a bit of a Viper's hit here, potentially.
Yeah. Dogs are only 2 off from the Nightfall and to the Steel Garden, so I'd like to see them fight for an orb or two for the one. So either ult, probably Steel Garden though.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're probably going to get this Sea Orb, but I mean, if one of them gets the plant down, so it looks like they're going for a bit of a Nightfall here, with Dude having the spike. We could be seeing a very good retake potential here.
Yeah, and Natural does come back. Dog is
Yeah,
ready.
it
So
looks
is
like we're
Cell.
live.
Looks like we're live off right now. Yeah. All the trust put into Salmonella. We will be seeing how it pays off.
Yeah, I mean, as we've seen before, Salmonella has it down packed.
Yeah, quite a passive cam though, just spotting out the players from there.
Yeah.
And then Nightfall immediately comes out. A huge duel by Usman, getting one. Nade comes out, is going to destroy one of those trips. And the Fade Eye is going to catch one. Trip is seen. Horn coming out. A Showstopper. Catches out
Yeah,
Salmonella, not being able to hold down the site this time. Viper's
yeah, the
Pit
Viper's
also
Pit.
executed.
I mean, it is the last round.
Yeah, Dimensional Drift coming out by the Oru though. And Manager spotting it, but whiffing quite a few. Zorba not
I
being able to
mean,
see one.
we'll be
Manager,
seeing Yoppie here with the judge.
a fake out is shot. Oh, Manager spots out one, maybe not really. Oh my gosh,
Head
Usman!
shredder!
Usman gets 4! Traded out by Natural, unable to get the ace,
Wow.
but winning dogs around. Huge kills by Usman right there.
Yeah, I mean, Usman is like just popping off, isn't he?
Yeah, Head
Giving
Shredder
the
is
head
shredding
shredder
heads.
name. Yeah, shredding heads, especially with that ult.
Yeah, Natural shooting the bodies quite a bit right there.
Yeah, maybe trying to get a bit of a reaction from the enemy team. Head
Uh,
shredder with his overdrive is quite deadly, so that might be something that Cell has to, watch out for.
it depends if they can even watch out for it, as it is now 11-1 lead. And dogs have a double duelist comp. They should be winning this on.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're going to be having a really big rubble fight here with all the utility. Ray's getting ready to throw that nade and having that dark cover and paranoia to back him up. Yeah, it looks like they're sort of going for a similar tactic here, sort of stacking a site.
Comes out, Paranoia does blind out 3. Paint Shovels is used, getting that aim control. And as the rest of dogs rotate into the B side.
Yeah, it looks like Yukio is just waiting for maybe Salmonella, predicting that lurk. But do they know that Salmonella has crossed onto the
Yeah,
B
that's the one
side?
thing about the Vice War. The Vice War. Someone spots out. Yopi though gets his traded out, and Natural gets
Spike down.
onto Yukio. Traded out by Stealth from the door. Usman again another trade out. Trades everywhere. 3v2 though. Dudes.
Spike planted.
Dude, might get a little bit of a
Last
timing
player
here.
standing.
Spots out Zorba, gets shots though. Knowing where the location are. Stunts are gonna come out. Huge shot by dude. And they're quite low from both sides. Not an impossible 1v2. This will be needing to keep Cell alive into the game. They are gonna play off contact though. Usman knowing the location. And Zorba not being able to find the trade.
Yeah,
Usman is
Usman being just so low here.
But is dude gonna know the location? Dude does, but unable to find the shots.
Yeah, holding that angle with both of them probably did just win them the fight, knowing that each other
Match
have
point.
almost little to no health. One little blow could have killed them.
Reed Dogs now winning 12-1.
Yeah, we're finally at match point here. It looks like, again, we're going to be stacking a bit here. Perhaps having Salmonella... No, Salmonella's going to be joining Dogs and their exploration and the fight and Rubble.
Oh, it seems like they're going to go for an airy spam for any aggression put out by Cells. We'll see if this works. Not really.
Yeah, it actually looks like Dogs took a little bit more damage than intended themselves.
Reed. It'll be called out natural though. Whiffing the shots.
Oh,
Unable to find the pick.
Yoppie.
Oh, finally found it. Yoppie. Spots out Salmonella. Unable to find the kill. As a huge airy shot.
Whoa.
Catching onto Cell. Yo. Salmonella gets his third for the round. And it's just an Ares battle.
Spike down A.
Manager. Unable to find the kill.
Whoa.
And Cell finally win a round.
Yeah, I mean, Yukio just popping up out of nowhere, taking that spotlight for Cell. Getting a 4K.
Yeah, and it's just what Cell needed. Maybe still a bit more though, considering the 12-2 match point. But it is going to keep them alive.
Yeah, I mean, they're knocking down Dogs' economy quite a bit here. We have Headshot just deciding to use a Judge, or a Spectre now. They're back to a Judge. And they're deciding to go for A, which is a little hard for a Judge player here.
Yeah, quite interested in seeing how they want to play it out. Aggressive camp spotting out any players pushing up. Fainholm from both sides spotting a player. Paint shells used and sees, but unable to catch one.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they left Spike and Spawn with Zorba here.
Stun is not going to
Okay.
hit from the open.
Yeah,
The OB trapped into an island, just getting spammed out. Unable to find the kill on natural. Finally he gets it. 2v3 now. 5v3, sorry. Paint shells used out, catching out on Salmonella. Salmonella caught out in the open, trying to cage out.
do they know that Manager's right there waiting?
One enemy
And
remaining.
Yobi, he's just
Could we get-
immortal.
Could we get another ace here?
Is
Because
this
then Zorba's
another ace?
already on C. Now they know it, tripping that sheer wall.
Yeah, they are gonna know that location. And it seems like Cells are just gonna group together, playing a 4 flank and just having Cell on the other side lurking up onto Waterfall.
Yeah, I mean, they might be trying to get Yoppie the ace here.
Yoppie spots it out. Fade Horn. Oh, Yoppie's unable to get the ace, but Yukio does win out the round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you saw that, but they did leave Spike in the spawn, having Zorba try to get it back and gate crashing out, but Zorba didn't take the Spike, and gate crashed out just a little too early. So Zorba being there for a late push is pretty detrimental, knowing as Yoru is pretty important for a entry with their flashes and his TP, you know?
Yeah, it
That could
does.
have cost them the round.
Could have cost them indeed. Yeah, a huge round by Cell. 12-3 half now. And the C side is quite defended with both the Vise and Viper setup.
I mean, it looks just like a very pretty heavy mound fight here.
Dogs running up now. Going in onto the sea of natural jump peeks it out. Unable to find any. Or is baited as well as Molly. Viper has no toxins left, but they do not have any control onto A. Salmonella trying to find one on the lurk. Prowler is gonna get spot out one into Cell.
Yeah, I mean, it
And
looks like
just
they're
a
going
straight
in
in with
for-
the judge.
Yeah, we're having Dogs here sort of flood onto site, leaving Cell to retake once again.
Manager noting where default is, but not really trying
Last
to find
player
Zorba.
standing.
And Zorba gets shot out.
It's all up to manager
Just up to
now.
the manager and gets spammed up by the side of
Yeah.
Yoppie and CT.
Yeah, walks into the spam.
I feel no empathy for them.
I mean, do you think
What does
they've gotten
that
a
say
bit
about me?
complacent, or
Don't answer.
they just think
It was
they've started
rhetorical.
slipping on their ways?
I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit of a split, but this is still a 12-4. You just sort of need to wait for those ults to stack, just for that winning
Yeah.
round.
I mean, we do have Dimensional Drift and Neural Theft, so this could be a potential strong entry.
Yeah. Yopi does seem to be, they seem to be wanting to fight off onto the A. Fade C is coming out.
Yeah.
Not finding one though. The rest of
Maybe-
dogs are gonna enter onto the B side. War's gonna catch them out. And Yopi gets two with the showstopper. Traded out by Usman. But two trades that out too. Now just have to up into just that up to natural. Going up into top heaven right there. Natural. He's gonna know where one is. Gonna know two. No, he's gonna know all three.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, guess what? So,
Oh!
so close to winning the map, but
That was
unfortunately,
so close.
Cell turns it. A great
mean,
attempt by Natural
Yeah,
right there.
Yoppie was just sort of like looking for the opportunity to use his showstopper.
12 to 5 off. Still, the
Yeah.
Cell's kept alive, inching
Yeah, I
every
mean-
point.
We still have dogs here with 2 more ults now with Nightfall and Overdrive, and we've seen Usman use his Overdrive, and he's pretty deadly, shredding off those heads. So we'll see if he can do it again.
Sure, does come up with the fade up. Is not gonna get blinded by Paranoia. Unable to find Yoppie though. Usman's home with the op now. Fade Caesar's gonna come out, unable to find one. And sort of just waiting for Cells for a peek, but Cells, they aren't giving them anything.
Yeah, I mean, dogs losing their initiator so quickly, this might be a lot of trouble for them to actually find an opportunity.
Oh, huge kill by Usman though. No thing where Yoppie is.
We found one.
Dude, falling back.
I mean, take a look at Salmonella here, waiting out that shield.
Does seem like Dimensional Drift is coming out for the side of dogs. Zorba is gonna be able to spell out default. Who's gonna fall back? And a free C side it is. A fake Hulk does come out, and default does not shoot
Spike
it.
planted.
Someone that wants to take advantage of this, hiding into the smoke, catches out onto default.
Oh,
Huge kills, but still trades it out.
they're getting that neural theft off too.
Yeah, despite getting killed, manager holding on to his up. Usman not being able to find one with the op. Manager gets his though. Dude trades it out. Dude gets his second. And Usman not able to find any value on the op. And so win another.
Yeah, I
Could
mean,
this
it
be
looks like a little bit of a comeback here, doesn't it?
Yeah, could this be the start of a comeback? I mean, so down 6 rounds now only compared to what, 11 before? It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, the morale must be looking pretty dim over there. I mean, losing 6 rounds in a row after being so high is a bit of an emotional roller coaster here.
Yeah, Cells. I mean, if they come back from this, that's the unthinkable.
Yeah, I mean, the old economy, and we're looking at the eco as well as a little rough for the side of dogs here with 2 stingers and a guardian and a sheriff.
Yeah, dude is gonna have out the operator. Viper's put is utilized for the side of Cell. Salmonella though, disrespecting it, pushes right in. Ham is gonna be able to
Camera
spot
taken
out
out.
onto Cell. And Cell
Oh!
removing those. Oh,
I'm not talking and just letting Salmonella get that kill.
yeah. Well, are they aware of Yukio? Now they are.
Now they are.
Usman jumping around. Oh, but dude with the
Whoa.
operator does catch out Usman.
It's a 4v4 now.
Yeah, 4v4, but they're unaware that that dogs is going A. Yukio
Yeah.
maybe
There's a
starting to
free
realize the
ace
gap
now.
here. Dude
Yeah,
with the
that's
operator is
Where are
gonna use the prowler. He's gonna spot out one onto Zorba. but they know where he is.
Yeah, we have
Staying up.
dude here alerting the team that, hey, it looks like there's a lot of people in A here.
And it seems that the rest of SEL are just waiting for the retake as Natural pushes up with the Stinger, gets his kill onto Yukio.
And
Right,
Nightfall
Cam,
coming
what's going on?
out.
Oh, Yopi gets 2. Cam is gonna spot it out.
Yeah, it's a 2v3 here.
Well, they do not know where someone is, but gets killed anyways. Now it's just up to Manager, getting 1, unable to find the second, and SEL going on to 12-7.
Yeah, I mean, dude on this operator is absolutely nasty. They do not miss. They're gonna have to get this off of his hands.
This is, I mean, Dogs are quite in the predicament. What do you think they can do?
I mean, if we're looking at the scoreboard here, it looks like Zorba's not having the best game of his life at the moment. I mean, I think they might be doing the same exact thing that SEL did, sort of stacking up, not really getting that information, but it does look here. Do we have Cypher and Zorba lurking? Perhaps maybe wanting to get that information that they need.
Yeah, it seems that it's been doing a questionable play with Natural right there. Walking up.
Yeah,
Wait,
giving a
hold on, it
little
doesn't come out.
admiring Natural face there.
And that
Ooh.
operator has been such a problem for them, but now Usman getting the kill onto dudes. Leaving it up to a 5v4. Fake out is to play out the early
down.
angles.
Face your fear!
Nightfall comes out too. Seems like that Dogs are committing to this round for the win. Summoner gets his onto the B side, leaving up to a 3v5. And they have just been given a free A side.
Yeah, I mean, that boom bot sort of doing a little bit of damage to Usman here. But will that be enough to take him down?
Summoner backing off onto B main. This 3v1 retake. Are they gonna know where Usman is? He's in quite a tricky spot to be cleared.
Where are you?
And it seems not. Usman gets 1.
Go, go, go.
Yopi though, left on the island. He's gonna use the ult.
Remaining.
Overdrive. Devil solo, classic out. And Manager finally gets the kill.
Attackers win.
Yeah, I mean,
Dog went out 13-7. What a nice try by SEL to win the map, but unfortunately losing it out in the end.
yeah, I mean, we finally got to see that second overdrive coming from Usman, and we already knew from his first one that he's quite a monster with it, helping
Yeah,
to close out that round.
Yeah, leaving it up to a 26-13 onto the final. That is a 2 KD, insane by them. And what do you think Dogs did different that round? What do you think that changed that allowed them to win it out?
I think absolutely they had Salmonella able to get that information, sort of be able to inform his team that, hey, it looks like A is a bit weak, and it seemed like that was correct. Being able to find that weakness, being able to find the opening that they need to just rip through an entry. Definitely overwhelming SEL's Warriors.
Agreed. What a play. SEL, what a nice fight by them. I mean, the score's gonna say 12-13-7, but they were down 12. They were down 11-1 at one point, and then they were managed to came back.
Yeah, I mean, after
Actually,
a
no,
game
they're
like
down
that,
12-1. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, after a game like that, we're gonna need a little bit of a break here. So we're gonna take a bit of a 5-minute break, and the second map will be Ascent. So look forward to that.
Indeed.
Welcome back to the second and potentially final map for Sub Warriors here. We're going to be heading into Ascent, which is going to be a pretty tough map. Will Dogs be able to close this out, or will we be able to see a third and final map for Warriors? So instead of Natty, I'm going to be joined by Sir Banana.
Hi, thank you for having me. Yeah, it should be a really interesting map up ahead. Ascent, very defender-sided map, but it was SEL's map choice, so they obviously have something planned for the attacking side, hopefully. Their attacking side on Lotus was, however, a little bit lackluster, so I am worried for their chances going into this map. Whereas the Dogs were able to have a very, very strong defensive half. So we'll see if it goes any differently this map.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited. Like, I would be pretty psyched to see a third map for Cell Warriors, but we'll see if Dogs can close this out.
And we
We're-
the agent select.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited to see what they're choosing here. Usually we had natural on the Yoru, but it looks like Zorba's going to be taking that spot today.
Well, even just earlier today, Natural subbed in for another team and ended up playing Reyna on Ascent, which was very interesting. But it looks like he will be feeling what the comp needs, and a deadlock will be the decision. The rest of Dogs are
yeah,
seeming to hover
hovering
Reyna
here. It looks like natural on deadlock, which is pretty surprising to see him on a Sentinel.
Indeed. Fairly standard comp coming out from Cells Warriors. We've got the double duelist instead of the KO for the Yoru.
Yeah.
So we should see a lot of aggression coming out, perhaps not as much defaulting. Some
Yeah, I
harder
mean, it
hits.
looks like everyone has some pretty similar comps, except for the deadlock and the jet being interchangeable here. Be pretty interesting.
Yeah. So it is a double senti comp coming through from Dogs here. So they are really wanting to guarantee as many rounds on this defensive side as they can.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised having Dogs sort of be able to take a bit of a lead here, having Deadlock and Cypher, which is both very delayable agents to have their team quickly rotate over.
Indeed, but both are very vitally getting kills as well on this defensive side. Both having their trips and sonar sensors both inhibit the enemy from shooting back pretty much. And so I would imagine that Natural and Salmonella here getting a lot of the kills on this defensive side.
Yeah, it looks like we're having a bit some issues here. We're gonna have a bit of a tech
Quick
pause.
tech pause while Head Shredder gets back into the game. We will be back with you shortly.
So it looks like we had a little bit of technical difficulties here, having Usman get replaced by Max on the side of Dogs here. But it does look like we're getting into now. But I believe they're going to be running the same exact agent comms. Isn't that right, Banana?
That is correct, as it was a technical difficulty that resulted in the game restart. They will have to keep the team comms exactly the same in order to keep a fair environment for all of the players.
Yeah, I mean, do you think Usman being traded out for Max is going to make a pretty big difference? Or do you think
I think
that
it will.
Dogs...
Usman is a very strong player for the side of Dogs, and I think Max, I don't know a whole lot about. I know he plays for Avispa, who have been eliminated at this point.
Oh,
But
I see.
it is big shoes to fill.
It is. It is pretty pretty hard. So hopefully Max doesn't let that pressure get to him, and he'll be able to perform at his best.
Indeed.
I mean, it does look like he has a bronze body connected to his classic here, which is always a good sign. Yeah, it looks like SEL is definitely on the side of B here. With
Yeah,
Yoppie
heavily
taking that
stacked.
sheriff.
They do, however, have defaults on the other side of the map, setting a TP. Maybe you're going to make some pressure over at this A side. Draw some rotates before the main lot of warriors push in.
Yeah, we have Yoppie here with the sheriff. No
Silver
utility.
taking an early
Zorba's
start.
gonna have to take a little bit of a sneak peek. Sort of seeing the three people in main here. Is someone else hearing a couple noises here? Getting the clone trapped in his tripwire. Yeah, and it looks like SEL is taking a little bit of a road trip down to mid lane here. Natural just being here to catch him out. Yoppie doesn't quite see Natural's gun. Dude takes out Natural. Manager getting that trade on SEL though. Zorba seems to be a little interested here, wanting to prod a bit through this dark cover. Hearing default here. Manager is sitting in spawn, but does SEL know that? SEL doesn't know. Manager whiffs a couple shots and doesn't get the kill on Yukio. Yukio being able to trade him out. Zorba's also being taken off here by Yukio. Will Yukio better take another one? No, Max is gonna take her out. We have the rest of SEL on site here. Wow, Dog still has to clear most of the angles. Evo breaking that recon bolt, but not quite quick enough to not get scanned here. The owl drone coming out. Max is taken out by Yoppie. Default wants to look for a little bit of a fight here, but Salmonella ultimately gets taken out by Default, having an entire firing squad.
Who are you?
Yeah, really
Copy
nice
of me.
round from Cel's Warriors there.
Where did you come
They
from?
couldn't find any space to take in B main or A main because of the pressure from Dogs, and so they choose to re-hit
this is
down
a
the
nice
middle of the
spot.
map. They take out the lurker sitting close left, and
Yes,
then
this should
the
do.
map is theirs for the taking. Some nice gunfights taken, especially
goes
by
here.
Yukio there. Results in the round win. And now they head
That goes there.
into their anti-eco round.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we have Masha here getting a little bit of a ghost. It looks like SEL is looking a bit of a split here. Salmonella is just waiting in tree, not quite being aware of main just yet.
Supply destroyed.
However, Masha does send a dark cover up to A main. Yukio is sort of clearing out wine. The left spike in spawn. Maybe just looking for a bit of a prod before picking up and committing. Does look like they're backtracking here just a little bit. Maybe trying to re-clear mid.
I have the spike.
SEL has used the spy cam just to get a little sneak peek here, trying to get some more information for the team. We have Yukio and Dude here, sort of joining Default and SEL, having B-side all cleared. But will Magic be able to sort of catch them in the act, being able to call his teammates over seems like that is truly the case. Yukio planting spike in a quite
30
unusual
seconds left.
spot.
Spike
With
planted.
the cyber cage being thrown, leaving quite a big gap. Salmonella and Yoppie having a little bit of an interaction here. Yoppie
One down.
just takes out Salmonella with calm aim, with 2 shots to the body. Yoppie is going to take a little bit of a adventure to market here, but doesn't quite know about Natural.
So long.
Having Natural take out one, but the rest of his team is taken out by SEL and Default. Yeah, it's looking a little bit on SEL side here, doesn't it?
Yeah, which is surprising considering how defender side of this map is. They're really taking control of the map really well at the moment. I think their wide defaults, you pointed out that they're leaving the spike in spawn quite a bit. Happy to play the rounds long and figure out where the opponents are stacked before doing anything else. And I think we should really commend them for that at the moment, because they have been rewarded 2-0 with rounds.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like we're gonna 4-stack. Look up to A here, playing quite slow. We do have SEL sort of exploring mid, but does get taken out by Max. This is a little bit of trouble. SEL did just lose their information player. We have Yoppie getting a kill on Salmonella after dashing onto site. We have a quick plant going down from Dude here. Yukio doing a pretty risky TP onto the thing. Zorba doesn't quite see him through the smoke. Natsu does get taken out by Yukio here. Default is spotted under hell. Zorba trying to just get that wallbang, but couldn't quite get it off. Default is left on 1 HP here. Dude is trying to look for some help for his team, but is smoked off. Default with the bucky here, taking out Zorba. But Magic taking out Default, but in the end, SEL just wipes out the entire team.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Dogs there. Losing their buy round means their eco is going to be down the drain.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Dogs are out of their natural habitat here.
Yeah. I think at the moment, there's a couple of vaults coming online soon, but nothing that can save them from this eco versus full buy here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a fish out of water for Dogs. But it does look like we're gonna have a little bit of an interaction here, but Max does get taken out by 2 in a server 1v1. Zorba is trying to look for a little bit of an escape here, using escape crash and clone. All of SEL just flooding on the side of Ray, taking that control so quickly. Zorba is going to be caught in a mid reload, and SEL taking Zorba out. Manager, Salmonella, he's trying to get some space, but they just get taken out as quickly as SEL has gone into sight.
Yeah, at the moment SEL are just taking those fights takes really easy at the moment. They're not even just taking the site though, they're pushing straight up through to heaven as well. Finding those timings on the rotating players who aren't expecting SEL to be pushed up that far yet.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Dogs here are going to have enough for some rifles, but not quite enough for heavy shields. So we have 3 light shields here. Default using his clone so quickly, maybe just to make some noise. It just looks like we're having a little bit of a stalemate here, just trying to prod the enemy team to making some action.
Time to jump.
Default and SEL scaling up catwalk here. But is Natural aware that there's 3 people waiting for him? They're already on site, taking a bit of a look here. It looks like SEL is taking a little bit of action here up on market. We have Yoppie inserted into CT. Gonna be taking out Zorba. Salmonella taking 2 though. Yeah, it looks like SEL's taking a little bit of an overrun here. Salmonella and Max are just left to clear everything once again.
Spike planted.
Both in B main, just trying to hold on to life here. All of SEL on the site. There's gonna be a lot of angles here to clear. Salmonella gets caught with his pants down, trying to clear sights by Yoppie. It's all up to Maxi. Max's crosshair is a little bit too high and gets caught out by Yoppie. Yoppie's quite a sensation here.
Yeah, I mean, the shots are coming through. It's looking like pure mechanics at the moment for SEL that are winning them these rounds. The Dogs are struggling to find a bit of an answer here. It's... The map control from SEL is working really well. It's like the Dogs are caged up.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like all bark, no bite from the Dogs here. It does look like SEL has every ult online just available for them to throw out. We do have Maxi using his recon bolt just to get a little bit of information onto A main. We do have Zorba using his push onto B and kind of getting that information. However, Magic does take out Yoppie. Yoppie being such a crucial team member, this might be a little hard for SEL. However, SEL does take out Natural right back. Yeah, and Dude does take Natural out as well. It does look like SEL is sort of backtracking onto mid here, having default sort of prodding them. But SEL is all the way rotated to B. However, Zorba is just waiting. Salmonella and Devo here are gonna have a little bit of an interaction. Salmonella having Stinger though. Devo's trying to clear other angles. Looks like Maxi has a little bit of an idea that B isn't so clear as they thought, so he's gonna be calling over Salmonella to maybe get a little bit of assistance. I think they're trying to scout for default again, but not quite knowing that default's already in B main. So it is a 2v1. This is going to be very, very hard for Max and Salmonella to come back from. It does look like they're considering a bit of a save here, as Salmonella's sort of just sitting in tree. Maybe looking for a little bit of a pick. Yeah, it looks like they're just saving their economy. So this is going to be going for a 0-6 on SEL's side. At default falling for the spike.
Yeah, I mean, again, Dog's just not finding any solutions at all. SEL winning the crucial 1v1s in the round, playing around the map, able to get the free plant down on the B side of the map. I mean, I would definitely say that Dogs are in trouble here.
Yeah, I mean, they do have From the Shadows, Hunter's Fury, and Annihilation online to use, but are they going to use it this round to get that value that they need to push? Max does hear all of this noise coming from A main. Zorba and Max trying to fight this out. Dimensional Drift coming out from the foe, clearing out the entire site. Magic does take Yoppie down. Magic like trying to get that kill off of that recon bolt. Can't quite get it. The SEL does fall to Magic. Magic does get traded out by Tooth though. Tooth does go for that plant. Tree door does get broken here. But do they know that the Owl Giant is just gonna have a little bit of a peek here? Yuki is gonna get tagged from behind, TPing out into the open, exposing himself to Zorba. Dude is on 1 HP. Please take this battle.
One
Somehow
enemy
it does go down. Default getting a 4K, saving Dude on 1 HP here.
Truly crazy round. In no way that should have been as clean as it was for SEL there. Dude only on 1 HP because of the shock darts, but default coming in and saving his life.
Did Natural even get an Annihilation kill there?
I'm not sure.
I don't think
it
so.
connected.
Which is horrible because Annihilation is quite a valuable, entry source or for retake, So So this is looking a bit rough for the dogs. But it does look like Zorba's going to be using his dimensional drift to sort of get a little bit of a scout about where the enemy's team is. So after getting all that intel, it's probably going to be going into wine.
Right here.
Ready to get this fight. He's somehow taking out Yoppie, but Zorba is still able to get out of wine and CE into grass. Now he does get tagged by that dart. Dude does break that. I mean, they all are just sort of bunched up into tree here. Dude, not quite being able to get that entry to plant the bomb. Dude is sort of going to use his Aldrone, but does hear someone on Catwalk Tree. Does look like Yukio and Salmonella have a little bit of a fight. Yukio coming on top. Yukio does use that to sort of create an entry for Duke to get the plant down. Natural does connect the grab net. However, Yukio is just too good, being able to get another 4K on the side of SEL.
My quiver is never full.
Yeah, I mean, this is the team of hero players at the moment. Zorba calling a rightful timeout at this point, perhaps maybe even a little bit too late at the 0-8 mark.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of ironic because SEL doesn't have Deadlock. However, this is coming out as a bit of an annihilation for their side.
Yeah, you'd think the double Senti comp could be doing a lot more at the moment, but it's just not getting the value you'd hope to get out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking really rough for the dogs here. Like, we have Yoppie using amazing utility just to get onto site, and they're not being able to stop the tailwind or updraft onto Gen for A. And B isn't looking quite that great either. Dude being able to use shock darts to sort of break the tripwires and having just the barrier mesh being broken immediately as Natural places it down is completely nullifying Deadlock's ability to stall time.
Yeah, I mean, I think dogs need to be playing a lot differently as to how they are now. They're opting for the retake a lot of the time, and this is both a compliment to SEL, who control the map really well and fake out their opponents, but also a bit of a bad thing from dogs, because with double Senti, you need to be at least holding one of those sites really well with the Sentinel.
Yeah, Natural does look like he's going to give up B-side, not knowing that SEL is actually just sitting there waiting and scouting from B main. It does look like Yoppie might get a little bit of an interaction here. The Aldrone does spot Natural, so they do know Yoppie is going to tailwind and updraft onto site. That grab net just being able to take dude and stall for a little bit more. But since Natural decides to get off the site, they're gonna have to go for a huge retake.
Yeah, which is the one situation they really don't want to be in as a double
Yeah,
Senti
I
team.
mean, they don't have the guns nor the ults to sort of be able to capitalize on this retake here. Natural does look like he's a bit confused. Default does take out Zorba and Manager. Even taking out Max as well. He's just being enabled before getting shut down by Natural. Natural and SEL getting a little bit of a timing there. SEL being able to just knock Natural out in the head, but Salmonella just takes him out. But it does look like dogs are gonna have to give up this round. It looks like that timeout really didn't help them.
No, not having the desired effect at the moment. As the scoreline is still saying 9-0, which is not where you want it to be at this point in time, especially on the defensive side of Ascent.
Yeah, it's not looking too great. Natural does look like he's disconnected here, so we are going to have to take another tech pause. So, what do you think that SEL has been doing differently compared to last game? Because it does look like it's been a bit of a switch here, turn of the coin.
Yeah, I mean, there's the obvious thing to point out that dogs are missing Osmond. which may be a significant factor in the current score of the game. But I also think SEL are looking a lot more comfortable on this map. They're controlling the map really well, having SEL on one side of the map kind of controlling the space, while the others start to work one of the mains. And then by the time they want to commit somewhere, they control all of the main space, part of mid as well. The defenders have nowhere that they actually can easily fast retake from.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, like on the Lotus game, they didn't really have too much information. However, Dude and SEL here have been amazing getting that information for SEL's warriors, informing especially Default to get that information that he needs to sort of enter onto site and not be punished for it.
Yeah. I think while Natural is reconnecting to the game, we will go to a quick break. We will be back with you very soon. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it does look like Natural is finally back. So we're gonna be finally getting a little bit of a gameplay here. It does look like SEL is stacked up onto a main. So being ready to fight for it again. We'll see if that tech sort of helped Dogs put their fight back.
At the moment, they've only bared their teeth. We haven't seen actual contact yet. Which is very
Revealing area.
unfortunate, considering the defensive
Yeah.
side is so necessary to get rounds on Ascent.
Yeah, it looks like the Natural is going to be using the barrier mesh and grab net against Cell. The entire Cell team is going to be caught in that grab net. However, no one is there to sort of even get that value off of it. It does look like Cell is going for a bit of a rotation here. Maybe trying to go through tree instead of main. But they do have Cell inserted up onto A. Trying to get a little bit of that information. Using that cyber cage. So maybe confuse the dogs. Zorba and Yoppy here. Zorba's gun off the ADSing sort of blocked Yoppy's head. Cell and Yoppy are going to be able to take out Zorba and Natural.
Planted.
The neural theft coming out from Cell. Max is able to take out Cell though, but Dude's position is going to be revealed from the Aldo. Imagine being able to take a
One
look at
enemy
that.
remaining.
Yukio getting 2 kills on Max and Salmonella. Majo turning his back on Dude
Yeah.
being killed.
Just the coordination here from the side of Cell is working really well for them. They work A main at the start of the round, get Cell inserted, and then have the rest of the team work up through tree, with Cell providing adequate distraction for them to actually make it through and find that first pick onto Zorba. And
Yeah, this
wrap
is
it up
looking
from there.
really, really rough on the side of Dogs. It's like another repeat of last game, but the opposite way.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like Dog's gonna have a little bit of a peek here down A. They're gonna see that nobody is there. So that's probably gonna help them deduce that they're gonna be towards the side of B or mid. Yoppy does reveal the position though, but Marshall might not have heard it. Max is going to take a long, long flank with Zorba, as it seems here. However, Cell is already up onto main and Market. Masha having a little bit of fun with his knife there, being caught out and killed. But National is holding with a Bucky being able to take out Yukio. Annihilation coming out, taking Cell. Will Cell have anyone to break her free? The answer is no. National he is really showing us why he's playing Deadlock.
30 seconds left.
He does use the barrier mesh to hopefully isolate some fights. He Natural's looking for another kill with the Bucky,
enemy remaining.
getting another one on Yoppy, not quite being able to get that final kill on Dude, being
enemy
taken
remaining.
out. And Dude's able to get 2, getting Zorba
10
as
seconds
well.
left.
But Max is going to have to delay this plant as best as he can, be able to hit that shock dart, and being able to take out Dude from the other side of the wall.
Last round in the
Very
half.
close round, but very nice from Dogs there, knowing that that time was their win condition. Natural backside, stalling out with the Bucky long enough for the team to get there, and then the spray through the wall, guaranteeing that the spike would not go down this round.
Yeah, I mean, as we can see, Natural really just showed why they're being put onto Deadlock here. It's like Cell is going to be having a little bit of an exploration on A once again, seeing as B didn't really work for them.
Here.
Default using his dimensional drift, sort of scouting everyone else. Cell does get caught. So looking at that barrier, Natural has the Odin trying to spam Cell here. Doesn't quite get the kill. Zorba does steal that from him. Default is going to show his position here, getting Salmonella, and slips away. Matcha is going to be already on site, waiting for Default to sort of peek. Matcha is going to get hit by a shock bolt though. Dude is left in a 1v4, not being able to get a single kill. Natural closes out the round, earning Dog a second
Switching
round,
sides.
finishing the half off.
Yeah, I mean, being able to find the last 2 rounds in a half, like, it's not an ideal situation, but I'm sure they're not the most unhappy about that. Managing to pull through in the end there, this is not going to be a 13-0. That being said, they are now on the more difficult side of the map, but, I mean, if they can make defensive a difficult side, they can make attacking an easy side. I have belief in Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, Dogs are finally starting to bite back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if Dogs can carry this momentum onto their attack. Max is going to Owl Drone up to B main, clearing his corners. Does see a trip here and pings it for his team. I'm not sure if he quite sees Dude there sitting in lane. Although he does have a recon bolt that he might want to use. I mean, Dude does reveal his spot there with that shock bolt. Max trying to get a little bit of that chip damage, doesn't quite get it off. I mean, looks like Dude's going to be able to get that recon bolt out, spotting Manager and Max, not being able to break it just that quick enough. But is Manager is gonna get a couple of damage in. Yubik does get taken out. SEL and Default say goodbye to Natural Absorber. It looks like Dogs here are sort of thinking about where they want to go, if they want to keep committing
30 seconds left.
or B. It looks like Manager sitting waiting for a little bit of an opportunity here to get that rotate onto market. Although it does get caught out by SEL's camera. SEL does get blinded here by Paranoia. However, is able through the blind to be able to kill Manager. Max is, however, stuck here trying to fight Dude and does run out of bullets, unfortunately. Wastes a couple bit and Dude takes him down. It looks like the momentum is cut down. Yeah, what did you think about that round, Banana? So it does look like Dogs is going to be exploring A once again, but having Natural inserted up B, having the lurk there. Looks like Dude is sitting here again, trying to sort of avoid the line of sight from Dogs. There is going to be a little bit of tension up in tree here. Yukio having to fend off everyone in tree. Yukio does take out Zorba though, but isn't able to quite get more. Dude does take out Natural, but Yoppy does get taken out by Salmonella. Max gets a 2k on SEL and Yukio, but not before SEL gets another kill. Max is going to be planting safe here. Default does pick up an Outlaw. So SEL does have a bit of a gun advantage here, whereas Manager and Max only have a Sheriff and a Stinger, and Max being extremely low on health. They're both going to know that Default is going to be up here, getting a little bit of chip damage in from that shock bolt. Default doesn't end up landing that shot, but does land a shot on Manager. Max is left on 2 HP.
One enemy remaining.
However, they both peak. Although Default is taken down, but not in vain, Dude does get the last kill.
Very unfortunate for Dogs there.
Yeah.
They did force up to try and get that round win, but the scoreline is now 12-2 in the favor of SEL's Warriors. And it is not looking like a winnable situation at this point for Dogs, who only are able to get Hunter's Fury online this round. They're forcing here.
Yeah.
They've got 2 Guardians, Marshall, Bulldog, and a singular Vandal. It's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, I mean, as we can see here, economy-wise, both teams aren't at the best. So it's going to be quite difficult here to close out the round for either teams. Natural does get an initial kill on Yukio. That could be the opening that they need for the dogs.
Time to jump.
Default does use his gate crash. He's setting it up into Garden. Max is able to get that Guardian headshot onto Default though. These guys are absolutely menaces with Guardians. Yoppie is able to get out of that barrier using the updraft and tailwind. The spike is planted though on the side of dogs, having SEL all cramped up here in heaven. Yoppie is going to be able to peek out to tree, but it looks like Natural sort of gets that timing. However, it does get taken out by Yoppie anyway. Seminole does get a kill on SEL though, so it is a 4v2. Yoppie picking up the venom, making it a little bit easier. Yoppie getting that amazing head tap there. Salmonella is up on very low HP and closing out the game for SEL. Yoppie is absolutely built different.
What a
Defenders
play
win.
from him there. Absolutely no fear. Dashes in with the recovered Vandal from the bottom of his opponent. Head taps one, head taps the other. And brings the game in SEL's Warriors' favor.
Yoppie was absolutely a menace here. Just really showing who's the duelist on the side of SEL.
Really showing who's the GOAT.
Exactly. It does look like we're going to be going to a third map here, going on to Bind. And Bind isn't a very common map, so we'll be seeing for the first time against these two teams how they're going to be playing. So stay tuned for that.
Yep, we will be back with you after a short 5-minute break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, and after a short 5-minute breather, we are diving into the third and final game between Cells and Dogs on Bind. And if the last two maps were any sign, we're in for an absolute banger here. So both teams have showed their strength, do or die. One game to settle it, one shot at glory. So let's see who wants it more. So we have Crawlers here joining us in to co-host. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it for those first two maps, and thank you for that introduction. But I'm very keen to see what happens here on Bind. This is very important for both teams. A 1-1 for the elimination. Whoever takes this next map will continue on to potentially go through and take another chance at playoffs, or whoever loses this map is out of the tournament. So it's a really, really important map to watch, and both teams will be fighting so hard to make sure they can secure their place and keep fighting for that position in playoffs to really keep their time in this tournament alive. Bind, very interesting map. I'm yet to see it in this tournament. I know games have been played. I haven't seen it myself. It's probably one of my least favorite maps as well, so it'd be interesting, at least for me, to get an idea of how these teams want to play it. Void, what do you think about Bind? How do you think teams can really take advantage of the map and the space, and what kind of comps do you think we'll see?
I mean, the first map was just Cells thought they had it, but the Dogs just really answered right back. So now that it's round 3, I mean, there's no resets, no retries. It's just straight up brawl. Especially in the second map as well, the Dogs were barking so much all map, but only one team gets to bite. So will the Dogs finish strong and have that initial energy from the first map, or will the Cells shut them down for good? I personally am rooting for Dogs here, but after that last match, I don't know. I'm a little bit conflicted on who I want to win.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see very soon. Both teams getting ready, probably going into Agent Select very soon here. Again, when these battles are neck and neck, map for map, it's really hard to tell which team's going to come out on top. And as a person who's played in this tournament, I've versed both. Well, I actually haven't versed Cell, sorry, but I've seen a lot of their games, and they have a very good team play, very good teamwork sort of way of playing the game. Whereas Dogfight are almost a complete opposite. They're a very aggressive team. They just take space, they fight for space, and I don't know whether that's what's happened in the last couple of maps or not, but that's what I've seen in the past, and I'm curious to see if those two styles will clash on this map and how it'll work around
Yeah.
Bind.
I mean, like, especially with Natural as well, we have been seeing that he has been out of his natural habitat. Instead of the usual Yoru that he's been playing, he has been playing Deadlock Fade and now Hovering Sky, which is quite unusual to see from Natural. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited to see how he is able to adapt to, Cell Warriors.
Absolutely, and I mean, Natural going for nearly his 40th map in this entire
Yeah, he is
in this entire
getting out there.
tournament so far. Yeah, he's about to. I think he's 4 kills away from 400 or 500 kills here. So, he's really one of those MVPs of the entire tournament, playing for just about every team. So, yeah,
Yeah.
picking up any role, just really subbing in for each team
Yeah, I
when they
mean,
need it.
it looks like we have a Fade here, which is quite an interesting pick for Bind. I don't usually see Fades on Bind here. So I wonder
Fade
what...
is definitely a good agent for this map if you have a good understanding of how to use Fade's utility. I mean, if you can get an eye on top of triple box, or even on top of on top of elbow or anything like that, you can scan the entirety of both A and B site. And really just being able to use those prowlers to clear those close corners, get you into lamps, lots of utility that you can
Yeah.
use, but also so easily breakable and dodgeable that it's almost a trade-off, and that's why Fade is such a rare pick, has such good utility for this map. However, it's so easily avoided or broken that will they get any value out of it?
Yeah, I mean, it does look like Cell is going to choose a double controller here with Brimstone and Viper. So they're going to be having a lot of, map control that I hope the Dogs can, be able to overcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, especially with Cell on the Sky that we first initially thought Natural was going to be on. This is going to be a really, really exciting matchup here. Both teams seem to have thought through and talked about what comps they're going to be playing. So I'm excited to see what both teams have up their sleeves.
Absolutely. We're seeing more aggressive comp from the side of Dogfight. Again, like I was saying before, that aggression they've shown in previous games, that double duelist really could come in clutch here, really help them take a lot of space. I mean, Yoru being able to just teleport from one side to the other, support his teammates, really huge ability to just take that.
Cutting through.
We're seeing more of a meta comp, at least from the last season, coming from the side of SEL's Warriors, opting for utility over, power here, and just trying to help each other out. Again, that team play that we've seen before, a lot of that work going through.
Yeah, so as we can see here, we have SEL sort of going up onto A here, but it doesn't look like Zorba are aware, but now they are. Someone are getting
Spike
2
down
kills
A.
right off the bat. UQ and SEL going down, but Yoppie does get a nade kill onto Usman. Someone gets a third onto Dude. Absolutely going crazy here. Manager does seem to be smoking very quickly for the team as well.
Last player standing.
Yoppie spots Manager, but Manager's able to shut it down. Salmonella gets caught pulling the gravitational net out. Default being a little stuck in the TP here. That's got a little bit of chip damage onto Zorba, but it looks like they're sort of playing around with their food.
Trick shot.
However, Default does get that kill off. Default is not going down without a fight here. Gonna be scaling
30
up,
seconds
trying
left.
to retrieve the spike, but Manager right out there waiting, and Default does end up going down to Manager. It looks like Nacho did play with his food a little bit too much, ending up getting his life taken away.
Absolutely, and we saw an absolute masterclass as a Sentinel from Salmonella there. I mean, when Salmonella peeked into showers, it honestly looked like the double swing with SEL was just ready for it. But that timing of the deadlock trip, just the sound sensor just popping off, stunning them both, and Salmonella just combining that with perfect aim, and the Manager coming to back up, getting those kills. It started looking pretty bad for Dogs towards the end there, but they backed up, they played their game, they held the spike, and they won it out.
Yeah, I think after that natural sort of throw play, they were able to sort of recoup, but Zorba here gets that kill on Yukio. Usman getting that kill on Dude. Default is on 1 HP before getting killed by SEL here. But Usman pops out of nowhere using his satchels to get a kill on Yoppie, interrupting SEL in the healing process, and the rest of the team gets wiped out.
I mean, that was a very interesting round, that raised double satchel. You gotta respect it. Respect what you're going for there. I mean, yeah, just the sorry, that caught me off guard completely.
No, quite rude, wasn't it? It was,
It's a bit of a
up and
disrespect. But yeah,
like, hey.
just confident with those weapons, swinging through, getting those sprays through the smokes, taking out those initial players with the Bulldogs. But how will they be able to convert this? Will they be able to win this bonus round and really make their economy snowball? Or are SEL's Warriors going to start finding their ground here? Are they going to start turning this around and making it more in favor of SEL on attack?
Yeah, I mean, it was looking like that Usman is back in his groove after taking a game break. He's back for more blood. It does look like SEL here is sort of taking a bit of a slower approach than last time, having Yoppie potentially wanting to throw that boombot to clear out market. Clearing the corners, making sure no one is there. So Dogs do sniff this out and are quickly rotating onto site here. We have Yoppie sort of being able to blast pack all the way onto site, clearing it immediately, but Dogs are stuck in elbow here. Nacho is going to use the seeds, but not quite being able to get anyone with it. How are they going to be able to get out of this predicament? They do use the taunt and spot. Usman does get Yoppie there, but Dude does fire back, killing Salmonella. SEL is holding into hole. Dude does get another kill with Natural. SEL doesn't quite shoot there and gets killed by Manager. Manager with these head taps, just taking them out. Can he get another one? Not quite. Default does take him out once more. Zorba is left all alone in a 1v2. Is going to run out of time though. Does take Default out, but Yukio is able to confirm the round, taking Zorba out.
I mean, that utility layering on the side of Dogfight there. I mean, that we saw that haunt from Fade revealing, I think it was Yoppie, through that
Yeah,
wall
Yoppie.
and being able to spray them through. Like, that utility was so well played, and Manager popping off there, getting 2 with the Sheriff, again, bringing it down to just 1 player left alive on the side of SEL's Warriors on their full buy. That is an insane bonus. They may not have converted the entire bonus, but you're seeing the damage on the side of SEL's Warriors, with Yoppie stuck with a shotgun, default shotgun as well, and 3 rifles, really
Yeah.
just investing into this round, hoping they can pull something back and stop this snowball of the economy
Yeah,
on
I
the
mean,
side
it
of
was,
Dogfight.
it was just important. Salmonella, he does use the barrier mesh and throws the grab net. Natural does get Yoppie, pulling out the annihilation and gets Dude. Well, Dude gets saved here. Oh, not quite. I mean, Salmonella does try to get that kill, but just gets hidden. Now, Devo, he inserted in the elbow. I'm not sure if anyone knows. It does look like the manager is aware of Default's presence here. Default's just sort of trying to look for a little bit of a pick here for his team. Salmonella does play anti-flash. Ooh, Zorba and Default here probably have a little bit of an education. Zorba being able to flash Default, but not to kill him. The neural threat comes out, exposing the enemy team. Salmonella gets taken down by Default. Ooh, Default isn't
30 seconds
able to
left.
land that headshot,
Spike
and
planted.
Manager takes him out. It's all up to Manager now in a 1v3, but he has to rotate all the way to B, having to re-clear every single spot. It does
Looks
look
like
like
Manager's
he
thinking
might.
better of it. Might be just pulling the save here, really trying
Yeah.
to keep that economy going. Again, economy can be absolutely king in these rounds, Void. The amount of money that you're able to bring into the
Yeah,
next round, I mean,
absolutely.
Manager saving here means that he'll be able to buy one of his teammates, perhaps another hero rifle, or just multiple sheriffs, and they might try and pull off another thrifty. They might try and do what they did on their eco round, and they've shown that they've got the skill. They've shown that they can do it. And SEL's Warriors, again, investing pretty heavily in this round, and this is a great outcome for them. I mean, the 2 players with the
Yeah,
shotguns
absolutely.
going down, the insert of Default there, just holding that space without Dogfight clearing it out, just being able to
ruin their
get
day.
2 more before going down. Just insane plays from SEL's Warriors, and we're seeing that disciplined approach, that really slow play, clearing their angles, and it's paying off. And Dogfight just aren't used to this pace. They're used to taking these rounds, taking it fast, as we see in the first couple of rounds. But right now, they're going to have to adjust to a much slower form of Valorant. And whether they'll be able to keep up with that or not, it will entirely depend on what happens in these next few rounds. Especially being on an eco
Yeah.
with 1 rifle here, could be very interesting to see how they try and turn this around.
Yeah, I mean, there is a saying that you
Smoke's
can't teach an
down.
old dog new tricks, but it seems like they're sort of proving that saying wrong here with Manager sort of being able to use his discipline very well. So it looks like Default and Dude are going to be scaling up into showers here. However, the rest of the team, Yukio, Default, I mean, they're pretty separated. So if they are going to commit to a side, it's going to take Default and Dude a long way to get to his team. Yoppie is going to use his paint shells, taking out Salmonella in the process. Stem Beacon gets put down. And I mean, Dogs is just playing very passively,
Spike
maybe
planted.
lulling them into a false sense of security. Yukio being able to spam through the smoke and killing Zorba. Eastman is taken down as well. Natural is just sort of stuck here. Maybe trying to get this flick. Isn't quite landing it, but lands it that time. Third time the charm is shooting Yoppie's body a little bit. Manager does end up getting
enemy
Cell.
remaining.
And Yukio, that's 3. And uses an orbital strike, but doesn't quite clear. His corner's dying to Default, but Natural is there to save the day.
I mean, we're seeing in these rounds, SEL's Warriors being really good at just walking up and taking free space. I mean, we saw the lurk over towards A, initially getting punished with Duke going down, but Devil being able to walk up again and get some frags and really put the pressure on the side of A, while the rest of the team getting that huge entry from Yoppie, getting that kill onto Salmonella, taking the side. It really looked like the round was in favor of SEL's Warriors there, but Manager getting that 3k, opening the round up for them again, and Natural taking the fight on Yoppie, opening up elbow, really controlling the map. being able to wrap around on top of them and just trade off of manager's death. I mean,
Yeah,
those
you
two really
really-
saved that round
Yeah,
for the
really
side of
opened up
Dogfight.
the sky there. So it does look like
Here.
maybe still taking a little bit of a backpedal. He maybe
I've got your
trying
trail.
to stop playing so aggressive. Don't think he gets the dimensional drift. Does get caught out by the cabbage there. So but does get the get trip wide and concussed. But he's able to get up with his gate crash. Natural using his horn that gets broken immediately. Gets flashed. But still just walks past that spray and kills him. Usman getting a 3K, one with his
enemy
showstopper and just one
Spike
with
down A.
his satchel. Dude is just
My ultimate is
waiting
ready.
for Usman to walk right into his bullets. It does look like maybe Dude is considering to still fight for this, getting one more pick, and they do. Will Dude fight for the spike that is in the middle of the site, or maybe use the opportunity to save as their economy isn't quite as high as they would want? It looks like
30
it would be the
seconds left.
first option. Putting up that toxic screen and clearing
Toxic
onto
screen down.
Lex. Does only have 10 bullets in the channel here. Does hear Zorba
I have the
Zorba
spike.
drop down. 14 seconds remaining.
One enemy remaining.
Getting a kill. That was so close. That would have been an amazing clutch from Dude, but Zorba is just there to shut him down.
I mean, you could see the vision. You could see how disciplined Dude was playing that. I mean, Dogfight, just winning those initial gunfights on A. We're seeing that they own that side. And the only times that SEL are really getting there is late round lurks. But in those early fast pushes, Dogfight are just holding down that A side. Again, Dude has been great in the past. We've seen similar clutches, and if anyone could have pulled that off, it was Dude. But it turned out just to be too much to ask, and Zorba just being in the right place at the right time to shut down that clutch and bring
Yeah.
another round in favor of Dogfight.
It looks like maybe Dude should have saved because the economy on SEL is looking quite nasty with a Sheriff, a Classic, and a Bucky. We do have Natra here inside of Lance, waiting for default. We have the showstopper coming out from Yoppie. A lucky shot onto Manager,
I know
saying
exactly
goodbye to Manager and Natural. Yoppie is getting a little bit of information here from the neural theft. All these ults coming out, dodging, not quite dodging that boombot though from Usman. The satchel does come up, but Yoppie gets a mid-air kill onto Usman. It is not looking good for the dogs here. It is a 2v5, and they do seem to be saving here. Zorba all the way into B-side. Salmonella slowly backing away. I mean, it looks like this is a completely different team. Dogs used to be very, very chaotic, you know, very aggressive, but now they're sort of being extremely patient now. Salmonella is going to meet Default. Default not being able to take that gun onto the next round.
The battlefield
I mean,
changes with
that
every
round was so well played, especially for it being pretty much a thrifty on the side of SEL's Warriors. I mean, we saw Yoppie entering in there with nothing but
Yeah.
a Sheriff, but just spotting out, I think it was Manager in that early ult fight, just spotting out that shoulder was enough for Yoppie to just rotate on the fly. And again, Yoppie in the games with SEL's Warriors has been just an insane entry. And being able to just react of nothing but the pixel of a shoulder and getting that ult is an insane feat of just mastery of a duelist.
Yeah, I mean, if we see the economy here, both teams aren't quite able to get a steady economy here for a couple rounds. Although SEL finally does get guns,
no charges.
dogs
No
don't.
escape.
But it does look like Salmonella is going to be flushed out here. The Yoppie using that blast pack, but gets killed through a cyber cage. The Annihilation not being able to connect, and Salmonella getting killed by SEL. Manager does get his foot caught, and Dude takes him out.
Spike planted.
Usman though does blast pack through his way
Last
onto
player
Dude.
standing.
The Viper's pick coming out from Dude. Usman is going to have to pull off a miracle here to get another round for dogs. Yukio unable to get that kill. SEL just whiffing a little bit there onto Usman. with the blast pack going out as well, it doesn't look like Usman is going to be able to close this out. But what do I know?
Impressive wiring.
Oh,
What is that?
was an incredible play from Usman.
Clutch.
He just
What?
like
An
like a-
insane round.
like a dog just sniffed them out. Was just able to spray Cell through the Viper's pit, just sensing that she was there and pulling out the classy to finish her off.
I think the unfortunate thing that happened in that round was Usman dropping to get the Vandal, but popping the satchel seconds after they dropped, and it made Cell think that maybe the satchel had come backside, which gave Usman the time to just walk in
Yeah.
from an unexpected angle, and both of them looking at backside on the side of Cell's warrior, both Dude and Cell, caught off guard. Usman hearing the noise on top of Tube, just spraying through what was left of that Viper pit, doing enough damage just for the right click to come through and really win out that round. I mean, if you're Cell's Warriors here, you're definitely talking about some new tactics coming through this timeout.
Yeah, I mean this timeout is definitely called for. If I was Yoppie, I would 100% have called it too. I mean that guiding light from Cell onto Usman, I thought maybe they were going to peek off of it and sort of get that final kill, but no, they just sort of let Usman get away with it and survive this pit and absolutely annihilate them.
Cell's Warriors so far having a great time actually getting onto site, but Dogfight, their retakes have just been impeccable as of late. Cell's Warriors, again, managing to take sites and just not holding it, and silly mistakes or little oversights have been causing them rounds. I mean, yeah, just not playing together, and maybe this timeout will help them fix that. You know, this is a good team, they know how to play together. Maybe they've just got some rust at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like Yoppie does take on Natural Hero, but gets traded by Usman. Usman gets a 3K. Usman is popping off today. He's really just showing us why they really won that first round. Not sure what this showstopper here is for. Might just be in vain here, since Boot and Default on the complete opposite side of the map. Usman sort of wasting his utility, trying to search for people that aren't there.
We're seeing this aggression again from Dogfight. I mean, being willing to take that fight and
Yeah.
winning up against 3 and now dropping Spike. And the lurks from Cell's Warriors, maybe Dogfight have adjusted to that. Each round, the main stack will go one side and the lurkers will go the other. And, you know, that only works if Dogfight aren't all stacked together, you know, trying to catch 1 or 2 off guard. But each round, we're seeing that Dogfight are going for these aggressive plays. They're not scared to take these fights. And look at this setup. I mean, all angles are covered.
The barrier mesh just there to sort of block that off. We do have Dude and
30
Default,
seconds left.
Default here taking 2 completely different angles. You're trying to close in on them, but it is a 2v4, so something like this isn't very easily pulled off. It looks like Default's gonna walk right into this trap,
Last
just spring it
player
off.
standing.
Yep, there we go. It's like a Venus flytrap waiting to set off. Yeah, Uzi here getting another 4K.
Yeah, just these rounds, again, Dogfight showing dominance in holding these early angles. And again, they've shown both times that they can also fight the mains as well as retake. And if you're Cell's Warriors here, you're desperately trying to find a gap. I mean, at the start, Cell found those lurk timings. They found these really good moments to get onto site, but they've just been unfortunately capitalized. The little errors. Dogfight are just finding the perfect time to walk through here. And Cell's Warriors will need to find a gap in this line. How are they going to combat this aggressive team? What are they going to do in these next rounds to start securing some more rounds on the side of Cell's Warriors?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Usman coming back, it seems like that's the puzzle they really needed. The barrier mesh coming out from Salmonella, though, but immediately gets broken by Yukio. Salmonella's gonna be waiting here. Doing a little bit of a jump peek. Does take a little bit of damage, though. Does use that grab net to try and maybe get Yukio, but doesn't quite expect that Yukio didn't get caught in that net and gets taken out. Naturally, he does go for a little bit of an exploration. Maybe sure enough, though, do get taken out by default. Cell does take out Usman, the key player here. So it does look like
One
Dogs are
enemy
in a
remaining.
little bit of trouble. Manager gets taken out by Dude's Lurk and Zorba as well. So definitely Dude and Default's lurking here is that time definitely paid off.
Absolutely, and we're seeing Cells Warriors adapting. I mean, Dogfight, a little bit of overconfidence there. Swinging Showers dry as Deadlock. I mean, your Sentinel should be playing behind their utility, but, you know, Salmonella's just confident, been winning the gunfights.
Yeah, I mean,
and
just like
Usman
Natural
at Salmonella's
too.
back. Yeah, 100%. And Cells Warriors has made that adjustment. They're realizing that they're pushing out and they're taking these awkward fights, but they're not throwing utility or layering utility, and they're just waiting for them. And it paid off this time with both Salmonella, Usman, and Natural getting punished for taking those aggressive fights. This more
Yeah, I mean,
defaulty style working for Cell.
seeing the dog sort of be able to take that passive step before, you know, sort of striking, it seems like they are getting a little bit complacent here, maybe peaking where they shouldn't. So I would really hope to see that they sort of take another step back and see the bigger picture. Looks like Default is going to scale up to Hookah here, sort of seeking out. It does get a little glimpse of Natural and does throw that cyber cage to block him off. We do have the C's coming out and does end up decaying and grabbing Default here, but there is no one there to sort of get that value. Spots out Salmonella, dude, takes advantage of that. Putting that trip on to Balls there. The Nightfall coming out from Natural here tags at least 3. Yoki does get rid of Manager though. The Showstopper coming out, not quite connecting. Usman does get taken out, trying to get a little bit of a flank. Now, Zorba and Natural are a little stuck here on elbow. So it is really exciting to see what they're going to do. If they're just going to stay trapped here, or maybe wedge an opening for them to tear through. Natural does get a kill, but does get traded out by Yukio. So it is Zorba left alone in a 1v4, and he's going to run out of time, and he's probably going to get that killed here. Yep, Default is not about to let Zorba run out without any consequences.
Last round before the switch.
Absolutely insane round. And again, we're seeing Cells Warriors really making these good adjustments. I mean, an unfortunate whiff at the start for Salmonella, not able to take out Yoppie despite the really good utility. And Duke just getting that drop headshot on Salmonella made it really difficult for them to be able to hold that B space. I mean, in most worlds, Salmonella gets that, but unfortunately just hit with a Valorant moment, as we're all very familiar with. I'm sure it's happened to many
Yeah,
of us
precise
before.
gunplay.
Absolutely. But Cells Warriors really just holding down, trading off each other, not opening those gaps like they had in the past when they've owned sites, and it paid off. We saw that they won that with 3 still alive and 0 on the side of Dogfight surviving.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, he is always holding B-side by himself. The dogs are alerted now, immediately trying to get a quick rotate, but not quite quick enough to stop Cell from getting onto site here. Natural is the only one in the last line of defense, and he is probably not going to be able to do much. And we have Orbital Strike coming down, and y'all getting taken out by Salmonella's Stinger.
Grenade!
And it does look like Usman here is coming to join his team, but does he realize dude is right there waiting for him? He doesn't. Dude is able to use that and take him out, taking out Salmonella again. It seems like they're just giving dude 1v1s here.
Yeah, the attempt to swing off each other and really force Dude and try and bring the numbers back into their favor on the side of Dogfight. I mean, it's a good call when there's one isolated from the rest of the team. Go back, fight together, but unfortunately, the timing just wasn't there. It was Salmonella on the lowest HP swinging before... unfortunately, I forgot who was right there, but before the other person was able to capitalize and swing off of that, looks like Natural has...
Natural has DC'd. Almost gets away with it, but his judge gives him away there. So it is 6-6 now. We are going to have to call a timeout for Natural to come back. So this is a very even match, as we can see, sort of giving each other, you know, rounds after round. So do you have any predictions here? Maybe the dogs might switch it up. Maybe Cell might switch it up. Like, what do you think?
I feel like so far the dominance showed from Dogfight. I mean, Cell bringing it back. They really did a good job to lock down these sites and start winning it out. But I feel like the issues that they were having on attack, where they were owning sites with 5 man and getting taken out by, as low as two in a couple of rounds, they're going to have a really hard time on defense. Whereas Dogfight, they're a team that we've seen in the past are so comfortable with attacking. They're so used to attacking, and it's going to make it hard for SEL's Warriors to really, counter that. If they struggled to hold a site where they were up numbers and really just winning those post-plant fights and getting pushed out by Dogfight again, 2v5, 3v4, whatever was happening, SEL's Warriors are going to really need to coordinate perfectly here and just lock down these sites. They're going to have to shut down Dogfight's early aggressive plays, and Dogfight, again, being that aggressive team, will probably deny any of that. I mean, the utility that'll come through will really make it difficult for the defenders to hold anything here. I mean, again, we've got that fade. We might see some crazy lineups, and the Nightfall is an insane ult as well, and not to mention Dimensional Drift, and obviously
Yeah.
Usman and his insane gunplay, followed up by Manager and Salmonella, who have been the rock for these teams so far. Either Salmonella stopping those early fights, especially on that pistol, getting 3 in an extremely disadvantageous fight,
Yeah,
and
absolutely
Manager
crazy.
clutching up so many rounds with the help of Natural. I mean, it's going to be so difficult for SEL's Warriors here, but anything is possible. And we have seen in that last half that SEL's Warriors had started to get a read. They started to figure out what was happening, where their weaknesses were, and Dogfight were not able to find an answer to the adjustments
Yeah.
that was made during that timeout. So it could go either way. But I think, personally, Dogfight's aggressive style might carry them through here.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. Dogs do seem as though they're able to adapt pretty well. You weren't there for the last 2 games, but last game they got pretty stomped. So I'm very, very happy to see that they are able to use their discipline to sort of patiently wait for SEL Warriors to maybe make that mistake first, using that and taking it as an like open wound to sort of attack them from.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, from what I've heard from the last 2 games, it sounds like both teams fought super hard, but the
Yeah.
score lines were in favor of one or the other. And I mean, it's a mental game at this point. I mean, 6-6, that's not a great score for either team. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the worst.
Yeah,
It could
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
be, it could definitely be another way,
Yeah,
but
definitely
both
keeping
teams,
them on their toes for sure.
100%. The stress is going to be getting to them. Again, this is an elimination game. This is so important for both teams, and they can't afford to make any mistakes here. And the mental, you can't understate how important mental is. Whoever has a better mental might even just come out on top of this. So yeah, really important that these teams maintain that. They maintain that team spirit. They hype each other up. They do everything they can to keep these rounds flowing, catch that momentum. And honestly, this next round that we'll see, this pistol round, could decide. I mean, losing the pistol round in the second half could really tank that mental that we were talking about before, Void, and
Yeah,
really just decide the pace of this next half.
I mean, as we can see, Zorba has been having a rough couple matches lately, but he doesn't really play Yoru as a traditional way. We see him using Yoru as more of an information agent rather than an entry duelist. So honestly, I'm excited to see if Zorba is able to have an opportunity to show his strength and to show why he is on Dogfights.
And I mean, again, that agent Yoru, I mean, kind of underrated agent on this map. I mean, you can fake the teleporters with your own teleport. You can jump through, making them think you've rotated, when in fact you just TP back and you're back on the same site that they think you just left. I mean, the repositioning power, especially on Bind, on this map for Yoru, you can get some serious value out of this if you have a plan in mind, if you know what you want to do here. And again, that'll come down to how Dogfight will use this Yoru. How will they get the information they need to make this work? Looks like all players are back, and we'll be starting this half soon, and we'll be getting a bit of a look. The timer has paused again. Maybe I jumped the gun on this one.
Usman has potentially gone to maybe take a bathroom break here. We got a little bit tricked into thinking that maybe everyone was back, but not quite.
I mean, it wouldn't be a VCC OCE tournament game if there wasn't at least a couple of tech pauses.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking like we're admiring Usman as clothes here. Salmonella getting a little bit of a peek on the pants. Yeah, I mean it's pretty interesting.
I gotta say, I'm disappointed. I haven't seen any Tacti Bears during these tactical timeouts. I mean, that's what they're for. Pull out that Tacti Bear. Just start
Yeah,
ripping it. Get those squeaks happening. I mean, it entertains
right.
everybody, you know? Get the whole crew together and get those Tacti Bears out. Make fun of the
Yeah, I mean
person on the
that's
team
like
who
my
doesn't have it.
favorite part. Let's see some tacti bears up in here.
Yeah, let's see who's got it and who missed it, you know? Bully the people who missed it.
We have Cell here. Looking at the Paper X Classic. Not quite the tacti bear we were looking for, but equally as satisfying to look at. I mean, we do have Dogfight here, sort of stacking towards B. No lurking this time. We have Default though, ready to spring the trap. The spy cam, the tripwires, all ready to go. The horn does come out from natural though. Default doesn't quite spot anyone just yet, just heard all of the ability noises. However, Usman jumps in with his satchel, gets to it, but doesn't quite get Default, as I was gonna say. But Default just whiffs there. Yoppie gets 3 headshots either, but not before getting taken out by Zorbus. It is just going to be Cell left. But wow, what a chaotic round here, searching from Usman, Yoppie,
Circle better
and
one step
Default.
I mean, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Casting a few of both Dogfights and Cell's games, they make my job as an analyst really difficult because I mean, I couldn't even make sense of what was happening in that round. I mean, 1 minute it was going in the favor of Dogfights, and then Yoppie drops out, kills 3, and makes it entirely winnable. But the trade's just coming through, and Cell unable to really get anything there, getting swung
Yeah, I mean,
by
I'm
2
not
and just locking it down. It's so difficult to win in that situation, but Yoppie almost made it possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure what happened between Usman and Default there. Maybe both whiffing at each other and having to reload. But somehow does get an early pick here on Yoppie. Not quite getting Yukio here on side. Usman being able to take out Cell not quite being able to hit them shots. Yukio does get
Spike planted.
2 kills here on natural, and Usman not quite spotting him. Yukio is still going to be inserted here on backside, deciding not to reposition here. Salmonella is going to try to get a little bit of a kill, doesn't
One
quite get
enemy
it.
remaining.
Manager going down. Salmonella as well. Default is really showing the Cypher skills here. Cyber Cage going out to protect Yukio as the defuse goes off. I don't think Zorba is going to be able to close this one out. Yeah, Default really popping off. And Yukio this round.
I mean, that is an absolute upset. You know, we were talking before, whoever wins this pistol round will really set the pace of the game, might even be able to snowball the economy, but, like, Cell's Warriors here, just being able to deny that and get that thrifty and really bring it back 7-7. I mean, we're looking at the economy. It looks like Dogfight aren't willing to let that stand. They kind of want to force here. They kind of want to make it so that they lose this next battle. And again, the economy snowballs one way or the other, but yeah, just being able to take that, getting that mental back off for the side of Cell's Warriors, that could really change the pace of this game.
Yeah, I mean, if we take a look at the map here, we have all 5 of the dogs stacked up in Hookah, the Horn, and not sure where that GravNet went, but we're going to try entry here. Getting that dog and Bimbot out, not quite spotting anyone though. Does have the snake bite, sort of delaying that with the toxic wall here. They do look like they're second guessing their decision, spotting Yoppie in their spawn. Hope we just get 2 before getting taken out by Zorba with the classic. And they're gonna have a nice upgrade here. Taking that Vandal, looting that body here. It looks like, yeah, they're
2
using
for
this
1 with that
opportunity.
Vandal. I don't know who wins that out there. I mean,
Yeah.
got on one side the Eco, and on the other side 2 players down, but that Vandal could really give Dogfight the advantage they need to win this out.
Yeah, I mean, we never know. Salmonella with the Bucky now could potentially, you know, win this the game. Tifo gets wallbanged
30 seconds
through.
What is that?
Wall by natural. A little bit suspicious there. Mods,
Check
you
his
might need to
PC.
see that.
Yeah,
We
check his
might need to check his
PC.
PC there. Yeah, Default not really being able to do anything there. Natural, just using his instincts maybe. Oh, Salmonella spots, dude, but doesn't quite get that shot off.
Charges.
So it is a 2v3. Let's see if Natural can pull off another one of those kills. Gets 2 more with the stinger. Yukio's sort of running here, but yeah, that double peek isn't going to be very easy to beat. Natural with the 4K. Someone check this guy's PC because that is not normal.
Gotta say, both of these teams being an absolute pleasure to watch so far. I mean, every round that by all rights should go in favor of one team or the other, they just defy all expectations. I mean, Dogfight winning this round, forcing again after losing the initial round that should have been in their favor. Again, SEL's Warriors having that early fight, taking out 2, maybe giving up a Vandal in the process, but that had nothing to do with the victory towards the end at all.
Yeah, that was
Just the upsets coming through in this game are insane to watch. Each round that should be won by one team is won by the other. You don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, I mean, Natural's truly in his natural habitat here. Oh, quite missing those whiffs, though. Salmonella getting that kill on SEL, though, to help drag Natural up. His Prowler does spot Yoppie here.
Catch them.
Yoppie using that paint shell, not quite getting any damage. The grab net coming out. Not sure where that went. We have Yoppie here sitting in a corner like a little rat. Does have Showstopper available here. It does look like we're in a little bit of a stalemate. Yoppie does hear the rotate off though. The sound sensor being put up on the wall. Usman, just like Yoppie, is sitting in a corner, sort of waiting for his team to maybe make a move. The paint shell coming out. And the blast packs. Well, Defo gets taken out with that judge. Yeah, Zorba is stuck on 9 HP. The Yukio does take out Usman in return. Dude is sort of stuck in this elbow here. They do get the plant down though. Yukio uses the sky smoke. That barrier mesh does come out. You could maybe try and just get a picky without having to break this. Yeah, maybe baiting out Salmonella, and it works. Salmonella falls to the bait, and Yuko is able to get that kill. However, Manager is able to get the second person left alive for SEL. However, Yuko doesn't go down without a fight, gets his 3rd kill on Manager, but does end up being taken out.
I mean, again, we're seeing these rounds so close, and it could have gone either way there. If Natural wasn't on a generational off angle there, we could have seen the round going in favor of SEL's Warriors. It was so close, and the HP was so low on the side of Dogfight, but Natural, that off angle, not expected. I mean, who clears that when you're pushing outside of B main? Just being able to get that frag and really bring it back to the side of Dogfight. Economy not looking so good for SEL's Warriors, whereas Dogfight having pretty strong buys here. This round looks like it might be a pretty big wipeout, but again, like we said in the past, these teams defy expectations. It's just as possible that SEL could win this.
Yeah, I mean, Dogs is looking for a little bit of a fight here. The Prowler spotting Yoppie, and the Pagel does come out, but he is left at 16 HP. Usman comes flying out of nowhere, gets 2 kills with the judge, allowing his team to entry. Usman, this guy is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna take that back. As seeing the paint shell sort of hit his own teammate there. Maybe spoke a little bit too soon. Defo does have a very interesting camera here, all the way up in the sky.
I must wait a moment.
Getting a little bit of a tag onto Natural there. But Natural is going to return the favor, getting a little bit of some chip damage there. Natural's running away like a baby, gets shot off. And Manager does kill Dude though. Ooh, Manager isn't quite able to get that second kill onto SEL. Being taken out by a stinger. That fake and great cash ain't gonna trick them. But are still able to get the kill. I'm not sure what just happened.
I mean,
that round.
That is still a huge round from the side of SEL's Warriors. Sure, Dogfight walked out of it with the victory, but SEL's Warriors, I mean, being on that eco and taking out 3, nearly 4 players on the side of Dogfight, really dropping their economy more. I mean, they can still buy, but if SEL's Warriors are able to take this round, they might be able to start snowballing themselves. But that entry from Usman, I mean, you got to give the guy credit. That is the talent of a duelist who is not scared to die. If you're not scared to take those fights and do those silly things that no one expects, you will get those free frags. And I mean, you're seeing Usman do it consistently. No fear plus good skill equals a great duelist.
I mean,
and that's what we're seeing from
Usman
Usman.
is quite bloodthirsty, getting a little bit of blood from his own teammates too. Hopefully we don't see any of that in the next couple rounds here. But it does look like we're heading towards a heavy B push here. The pink shell he's coming. Orbital strike. Yoppy with the 2 headshots. Usman does get a little bit of a visit from a dog though. But the barrier is there stuck. Zorba loses to do. And we just have default there sitting on a little bit of a late. Oh wait, here we go. Usman not quite being able to get those kills that we needed. Default getting that Odin TP kill is pretty valuable, I guess, turning the ties in that round.
These rounds going back and forth and back and forth. We're seeing on the side of SEL's Warriors as well. I mean, we just talked about Usman. Yoppy is an insane duelist too. I mean, just sprinting out of B main and killing 2 on their way out. I mean, that's no easy feat. It's really difficult, especially on Bind, to get those early kills coming out of Hookah. And Yoppy just showing that he's got the aim to back it up and he's willing to just take those fights and knock them down. But unfortunately, he's just, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like dogs here don't think the spike is that important, having to run back to get it. Having a little bit of a late gate crash, that's a very valuable utility, and having to waste it so early into the round.
Who's next?
Looks like Yoppy here though, with the outlaw, doesn't get caught by the horn, and the horn immediately gets taken out. The gate crash from Robert is all the way back into the spawn. So that national just doesn't quite get the value that we wanted, but Devo does get taken out. Yoppy doesn't realize what he is going to be walking into here. Yoppy does get 2k though! Just dominating Lance immediately. Maybe Yoppy needs to get his PC checked because the spray into that smoke, getting Natural so low and Manager that low is crucial. I mean, I have no words. That's just an Odin spam to smoke.
I mean, that utility, the cabbages on the side from SEL, just just that utility coming through, allowing Yoppy to just peek off of them and just hold left click with the Odin, but I don't think it would have mattered. I mean, the crosshair placement was perfect. It looked like it was a double headshot onto Zorba, and then just trading immediately. Nothing you could do in that situation. I mean, you either have to break Sky's ult or get blind there, or just try and fight. Yeah, it's insane.
Of a difficult spot because Usman was there, sort of waiting in the corner for a judge kill. But the Seekers from SEL revealed him, so either if he breaks those, reveals his spot, or just gets killed, you know?
Absolutely right. I mean, there's not much you can do in that situation. You have to choose between one or the other and hope for the best.
Natural does use both his paralysis here, just trying to clear long. Does use his Nightfall though, that will tag 2 people. The trip, everything is going on all at once, like it's the orbital strike comes out here, and they're delayed from planting the spike, letting Yoppy go on the site. Manager doesn't quite see you with the 4K. I'm not even quite sure what happened that round.
I mean, again, we're seeing some of these rounds just being absolute brawls. And Yukio going huge there, getting 4, securing that round for the side of SEL's Warriors. I mean, we're at a 10-10 right now, and it looks like the economy is currently in favor of SEL's Warriors. To be fair, most of this game, it has been the other way around. It's been Dogfight who have had that economy advantage. And right now, it begs the question, are SEL's Warriors going to be able to abuse this economy advantage, get this round? If Dogfight managed to pull a thrifty here, it could be devastating. This round, so important. Whoever wins this one is 1 away from match point, and that mental is going to be so low for either team who loses this round.
I mean, it looks like the confidence from Dogs is also fading, so it is going to be quite hard here. Yoppy with that Odin, although Yoppy is left on quite low HP here, and the Incinerary is just sort of stopping them from entering though. that whole going out default is still in
Spike down
lamp,
A.
just waiting for
One
the
enemy remaining.
information. Dude is getting 2k. And Natural is just left here alone on 11 HP. Gets Yoppy though.
Natural has to go huge for his team here. I mean,
He is probably going to save this though, because the economy is looking a little bit harshy, but SEL might get a little bit of read on this and could sniff him out.
a 1v4 is asking too much, even of Natural, who again we've seen in this tournament time and time again play
30
up against
seconds left.
multiple different teams and take these fights normally, but really understanding how important this round is and making sure that every advantage that Dogfight can get going into the next round comes true. And they'll need every advantage they can get. Again, 10, 11, it'll put it onto almost match point for the side of SEL's Warriors, and
Ooh,
it'll be
yeah.
so
Seconds left.
important to win.
SEL looked like they wanted to go on a little bit of a hunt there, but didn't quite go far enough to spot out Natural in spawn.
Yeah, both teams not really willing to risk that economy damage, especially in a critical moment like this. Every dollar will count. Looks like we're
Yeah.
getting a timeout from Dogfight, and it makes sense. They've had no answer to SEL so far. SEL, in the last, 3-4 rounds, just really finding the answer to Dogfight's aggression, being able to capitalize off each other. We've seen amazing snake bites from Doot, great utility from, from Yukio as well. The mollies coming SEL's Warriors, the great utility from SEL, and obviously Yoppy just going and saying default, not letting them take any space on site, making it so difficult for the side of Dogfight to really find any gaps here. So this timeout, they have to be talking about weaknesses they found. They have to be talking about what they can exploit. Maybe they won't play such an aggressive 5-man rush. Maybe they'll try SEL's approach, which
Yeah,
is
I
more
mean-
of a calm default,
Yeah.
trying to peek out that aggressive play. SEL have to be overconfident here, and Dogfight might be trying to punish that. We know players like Usman have the ability to mech diff a lot of the players on that team of SEL's Warriors, so they'll have to rely on that. Potentially, that's what they're thinking. Void, would you agree, or would you say they may be thinking someone different way?
I think they'll be thinking the exact same, although this round might be a little bit of an ult dump here though. There is a chance, since they finally have good rifles this round, they do have Showstop and Annihilation, which is two pretty guaranteed kills here. Although the enemy does have Neural Theft and Viper's Pit to counter, and as we said, Dude uses it right off the bat to sort of take control of Long here.
And we are seeing Dogfight taking that more defaulty approach, which we haven't really seen so far. It
Yeah.
might pay off for them.
He would have to fake out. Dude doesn't quite shoot it. Maybe potentially thinking that they're trying to scout out where he is. Oh, that is going. The showstopper coming out, taking Dude with it. Now Viper's Pit is going to say bye.
Stim beacon here.
So Yukio, he is going to fall off just to wait, just to help his team here, since the TP is out. Default is going to be blinded here. The grab net does come out. The foe is taking all the blinds. Yoppy here though, with the backup. The Odin spam is just insane. Matchup does get another kill though.
Spike planted.
Natural is just stuck in this corner. Yukio might catch Matchup off guard, and he
Last
does!
player standing.
Natural does get the kill though. It is a 1v1. Although Natural does seem to sort of get the hint that maybe SEL is going to waste enough time for him to wrap around his showers, and that is exactly what happens. Natural takes out SEL, having a huge wrap. That was such a risk, because SEL could have just stuck that.
Absolutely, and we're seeing again. The great adjustment from Dogfight there. Usman again using the info that he got off that boombot, popping
isn't the spike important?
Razor, just really being able to capitalize off that. Again, that's no small feat, especially because it's become a more cosmetic ult in the last couple of patches. It can be very difficult to land anything important. But again, Yoppy and Usman taking great advantage of that ultimate. But Naturals just great game sense, taking that time, knowing that Cell won't stick it, being able to wrap around and win that round out. Again, it could have gone either way, but we're seeing a more
Yeah.
slow-paced style coming from both teams here. Neither of them willing to give up or make any mistakes and really just trying to secure these next rounds.
Yeah, personally, I don't know whether or not Natural is walling or if it's just his instinct, because this is absolutely crazy. He just has the perfect timing and just knows where they are. It's like he can sniff them out, you know? Like, here we are having dogs here, sort of being a little bit more spread out, focused on the central area of the map. Maybe just trying to prod around, looking for a bit of an opening here. Yuppie, we have throwing the paint shell in the TP. Not quite sure what that was for. Natural is here though with the Odin. Gets tucked in the right corner. Yuppie not seeing that. But the Boombot might be able to, yep. People timing. That Boombot was just to bait Natural out. And the showstopper comes out, getting a 2-kill onto Salmonella and
Last
Zorba.
player, 30
Cell though
seconds left.
does take out Usman, who was trying to get away from the showstopper. It is up to Manager now in a 1v4. Will he be able to do it? Or will he be able to take the TP out? No, it doesn't look like he will. He does get tagged by the spy cam. And Cypher is just staring at him. Cell does get this kill though. And he just tries to save here. Which is a very, very risky attempt because Default, luckily though, doesn't follow his track.
Can't blame Manager in that
Match
situation.
point.
There's 4 players on the side of Cells Warriors. You get your one, you get out, that's all you can do. I mean, look at the
Yeah.
economy on the side
The
of Dogs.
economy
I
is
mean,
absolutely broken.
Usman forced to buy a Stinger here. I mean, it's coming down to this 11-12. If Dogfight are able to take this round, we could see it OT, we could see it come back in the favor of them potentially. But again,
Yeah.
the economy being on the side of Cells Warriors, I mean, full rifles, enough to buy more guns. But again, we've seen in the past, Dogfight and Cells Warriors have won multiple thrifties, so it really could go either way. We might be
Yeah.
seeing OT here.
As we just see, like, we're seeing default setup. He just plays Cypher with the perfect amount. Default does get taken though and gets saved by the tomb. Usman does give the dude a high five though, taking him out. Default does get 2 though with his setup here, using neural theft to sort of get some information for his team. So Natural is going to get spotted out here by Yukio and Cell, so he does take a little bit of a backpedal. Although Nightfall and Orbital Strike coming out, delaying that plan. Salmonella is not catching a break. Oh, that barrier just isn't quite long enough for that elbow. Salmonella isn't looking. Oh, but does get a little bit of time to be able to get away. Yukio is
Launching
trying
smoke.
so hard to get a kill here, putting down some sky smokes to hopefully earn him a kill or 2. Salmonella peeks a little too
Launching
far into the smoke and gets taken out. Although Natural is here to say hello. The Overstrike coming out from Manager as well, and the Horn and the Molly. Default is not allowed to get anywhere close to the spike.
Switching sides.
I mean, again, like I've been
Overtime.
saying, this team's defying expectations. By all accounts, it looked like it was going in the favor of Cells Warriors there. But again, Dogfight managing just to pull through and get that last critical round, that utility, holding it together for them and making it into OT. And we're going to see both teams battling it out here. I mean, both sides very clearly better on one side or the other. And it's a very different team. You know, we got Dogfight, a more aggressive team. They like those fights. And we have Cells Warriors, a more disciplined team. A team that likes to play together, use their utility to win things out. And we are seeing these two completely opposite teams go head to head. And it's producing very interesting games for us. I mean, I don't even know who to expect to win here. I mean, at first, I thought with that 6-6 half, Dogfight with their aggressive style will work, but Cell have adapted so well. They're cancelling out a lot of the plays coming on the side of Dogfight here. And again, we're seeing what's going on. We're seeing these fights coming through. Right now, Dogfight put back on that defense. Cells Warriors playing that very defaulty, very lurky play on attack. looks like they're going to go for it again based on the positioning right now. But we are currently having another tech pause. And yeah, just waiting for
Yeah.
some players to get back.
I mean,
Void,
I
how do you see this going?
honestly, I can see it going both ways. It's just like the teams are giving each other rounds. It's just round for the dogs, round for the cell, and just vice versa. But I really do want to see them fighting for some ult orbs here, because that might be the deciding factor. I mean, everyone's only away by 3. Having Default with the spike might be able to get a neural theft here. And that would be pretty
Absolutely
crucial
right. And
to
I've
win the
had a bit of a
round.
tech issue myself, so I may or may not have just had my headset die, but I'll keep yapping for a little bit as it
Oh,
recharges.
perfect.
Those
That's
ults.
absolutely great.
Those
Exactly
ults
what we
are
want to hear from a caster.
100%. I'm so prepared for this. Yeah, okay. Well, while we deal with some of these tech pauses, we might just take a quick break and we'll go from
Yeah,
there. And we'll let you know when everyone's back, and we'll get into this OT and we'll see where this map
yeah.
goes, who's eliminated and who wins.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
see
attention just a little bit.
100%. We'll see you guys again very shortly. All right, VCC OCE, we are back, and it looks like all players are back in the lobby and ready to go. Void just having to take a quick break, so I'll be running things on the side of casting for this point in time. Just waiting for the timer to kick on down, and we'll see how this half goes. We'll see what's gonna come out of this. Yeah, just waiting for the teams to get that ready call and see where we're gonna go from here on out. Yeah, just waiting for the production stuff to kick it off, I suppose. Um, Again, this round critical for both teams. Again, that mental that I keep talking about in the past can be super important if we can win out this next round for either team. What they need in order to, really capitalize and win these 2 rounds in a row. I mean, that's what the is all about. And yeah, just having Dogfight on defense again, where they had a bit of trouble at first, but managed to sort of lock it in. I mean, we saw Cells Warriors getting those first 3 rounds, but not being able to grab anything after that. Cells Warriors finding that answer towards the end on their offense. So, will Cells Warriors be able to punish the aggressive style of Dogfight, or a Dogfight going to take it a bit more seriously? Are they going to respect Cell's slower play? Are they going to not swing these angles, or are they going to try and force a fight? Looks like we're getting Natural boosted
Yeah.
on top of the corner box here. Be very interesting to watch it happen. See if
It
this
looks like
gets any
it looks like he
results
also has
here.
a hotline up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the utility from Fate here could be huge. Getting all of that information that we absolutely need and catching out anyone in bathrooms. I mean, I've never seen this before. I'm very curious to see what ends up happening. Still just waiting. Timer ticking down. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. All teams getting ready, getting keen, trying to hype themselves up for these following rounds. Again, the importance cannot be understated here. If these teams do not succeed in these next 2 rounds, next 4 rounds, however many this OT goes to, they are eliminated from this tournament. So both teams desperately hanging on here, fighting for their lives. It'll be very interesting to see what's
Dogfighting
happening.
for their lives.
Absolutely dogfighting for the lives, 100% correct. Alright, timer ticking down now. We'll see how this is going. We'll see what's going to transpire over these next few rounds. 13 seconds separating the winners from the losers. We'll just see what's going to happen here. It looks like Cell's Warriors playing again that defaulty attack we've seen them play in the past, and Dogfight trying to take that showers control. Again, same style that they've had throughout the entire game. Cell getting that flash with the blinding light. Getting information that they're fighting off. Looks like all of Cell's Warriors trying to take the fight. B main, Zorba backing off, thinking that there's multiple there. Playing it smart, trying to play with the team here. A lot of space taken by by Usman there, taking all of A main. I mean, the call's going to come through on the side of Dogfight. Surely it's going to be B here. Utility coming through from inside of Cell's Warriors. Stun coming out from Deadlock. Sound sensor getting value, but no trade coming through. Yo, fake out. Getting that flash. Salmonella just trying to lock down side. Not even get a default. Taking out Salmonella. Rotate coming through from Dog here. Horn coming through from Natural. Spraying through the smoke. Hoping to find anything. Something they can get. Manager taking out Cell. Trying to take this space in elbow. Really trying to force Yukio off this angle. Yukio not letting them take it up. Right now, dude, taking out Usman. It's a 4v3 side of Cell's Warriors right now. Could go either way. Natural really just trying to find something through this smoke, trying to make it work. Yukio managing to catch a timing and push through City. Manager taking out Devil. Yoppie getting 2, both Manager and Natural. Zorba taking out Yoppie. Is unaware of the flank coming through. We're seeing Yukio sneaking up, almost catching a timing. Half there. Dude taking out Zorba and bringing the round into the favor of Cell's Warriors there. Insane round. Could have gone either way, as we have seen from these teams. On to match point. Absolutely right. I mean, really could go either way. I mean, again, we're seeing that sort of play on the side of Cell's Warriors. The more disciplined play seems to be paying off on Bind. I mean, the utility, the baiting out, holding 3 towards A just with a flash alone. Dogfight falling for it, despite Usman getting all that space. The call just coming slightly too late, and Salmonella not able to get any value here. It looks like we're going to see another fight towards B main. Cell getting that early info, being able to spot out that there are some players B main. Natural looks like he's going to take a duel against Yoppie, but the timing goes into the favor of... Looks like, again, we're going to see this heavy B play going for the orb on the side of Dogfight. Really just trying to get this ultra coming in their favor. 3 players from Cell's Warriors stacked up B, ready to try and take this retake. Just stop and deny the players from Dogfight. Yukio ready to drop smokes at a moment's notice. We got fake out going through, trying to bait out any players on site. Looks like Cell's Warriors aren't falling for it. They're taking their time. They're ready to win this out. Really playing quick. Usman taking down Cell though. Huge opening for the round. Yukio trying to find something here. Might try and swing through the smoke, but again, such a dangerous play. Again, Cell's Warriors just really caught here. Not much they can do. And Usman getting Doot as well. Unfortunate timing. Currently 3v5 on the side of Dogfight here. The spam coming through the wall, not finding any value. Natural getting Yoppie. Manager taking out Yukio. 1 versus 5. Default catching Usman through the smoke. This seems impossible. Is he able to do it? Dodges the flash. Holds elbow. No one there though. Tries to take the fight. Looking for anything he can get here. There's no loss in this point. Manager 3 holding Defo. Doesn't matter, Manager shuts it down, and we bring it to 13-13
Switching
into
sides.
another round
Overtime.
of OT here. I mean, we're seeing these two teams so evenly match the different styles of Valorant, really making it difficult for them to be able to find anything here. But yeah, taking their times. I mean, neither team willing to give this up. Again, elimination. They need to win this, and both teams are not willing to back off. They're not willing to stand down. They want this fight. They're not giving up easily, and this mental isn't dropping on either side, and we're seeing in these games. Again, a slow start. Usman taking that space. Showers getting that early info. Perhaps unaware of the 2 players holding. Might get aggressive here. Thinks better of it. Doesn't want to push with that Viper or backs off. Just decides to hold that passive space. Natural TPing through, getting punished by Defo. Zorba trying to find anything here. Not able to catch much. Usman, again, re-clearing showers. Trying to catch anyone, trying to push up.
Smoke's down.
Doesn't seem like it's going to matter. Manager, unaware of the position of SEL's Warriors right now. Molly coming through, not finding value. Usman trading out Yukio. Dude, getting Usman in trade as well. Manager stuck backside. Needs to find something here. Takes out your 3v3. Manager needs to go. Space needs. The side of SEL's Warriors from really pushing and taking that backside. Waiting for the team of Dogfight to come and support. Salmonella taking out Defo. Manager looking for anything Manager can find. Just trying to survive. Trying to put that pressure on. Dude, getting Salmonella. 2v2. Bringing it so close. Manager trading out Dude. Manager being a rock for this team. Not letting them come through. Zorba taking out Cell, and it'll be 14-13 on the side of Dogfight. Winning out another defensive round. Again, we just have no idea where this is going. I mean, look at these two teams. Neck and neck. Trade for trade. It went from a 5v4 to a 4v4, then all the way down to 2v2, and then they just won it out towards the end there on the side of Dogfight. Insane round.
Both their top ranks have the same amount of kills.
It's insane. I mean, like, we are seeing that these teams are evenly matched. I mean, the scoreboard's so even. Everyone fighting for their lives to secure this round. And we're going to see who's going to win it out very shortly. Dogfight only 1 away from securing this. If they can make this attack work, if they can punish SEL Warriors' mistakes, they might be able to bring this home and move on to the next round and avoid elimination. Yoppie taking the space through Bath. Natural, seemingly aware, taking his time, doesn't want to give any free fights here. Getting that early cross, spamming. Yoppie taking Natural out though. The mistimed spam, unable to get anything there. Bringing it to a 5v4 for the side of SEL's Warriors. Dude, walking up B main, trying to find anything here, getting information. Zorba trading out SEL, bringing it to a 4v4, neck and neck. Snakebite coming out, delaying. Dude, just trying to buy time here. Trying to make sure that the team can rotate over. But it looks like Dogfight have read this and are starting to rotate back. They're going to play off of Usman space in bathrooms. Again, SEL's Warriors not falling for it though, not budging an inch. 2 players on either side, confident that they can hold this space. It looks like though, SEL's Warriors on the side of Yoppie deciding to rotate, deciding that it might be a beat here. Salmonella just trying to sell this, trying to make it work right now. Devil has to go absolutely insane on the side. Oh, and the fire comes out. Usman taking damage. Devil surviving. The rotate coming through from SEL's Warriors. Just what is going to transpire? It looks like it's going to be a 4v4 fight. Though, Zorba reading this, going back towards B. Again, are they going to have time to get the spike down? 11 seconds. Zorba has to sprint up there. Manager right behind. Zorba just running it down. 5 seconds. Has to start planting right now. Yukio taking over. Yoppie taking out Manager. Bomb going down. Yoppie with the showstopper taking out Salmonella. Can he bring this back for the team? Or are we going to go into triple? Zorba taking out Yoppie. Potentially thinking about the dimensional drift. Thinking better of it. Holding it just in case. Popping it. Willing to use anything Zorba needs to get this round. Stick coming through from Defo. Zorba potentially not aware. Looks like they might just hold this stick. The confident that Zorba's not going to be able to do much. The unfortunate flash and the pig into triple OT on the side of SEL's Warriors. This game just doesn't seem like it's ever gonna end.
It's just good crime
I mean,
etiquette.
Again, such evenly matched teams. What can you even do here? How do you find the gaps each time one player gets an opening kill? I mean, Yoppie against Natural It got traded in kind immediately afterwards. Again, going down to these 4v4s, 3v3s, and eventually just going into the favor of SEL's Warriors there. Just the right read. Defo staying and anchoring that A side, giving them all they needed. Looks like an aggressive fight from Usman here. Taking the fight, taking out SEL. That early first blood could really determine these next few fights. Dude, looking for anything they can find here. Backing off, deciding to go towards B. Dude, perking the lock, thinking better of it. Doesn't want to give up an extra advantage of this team here. Defo trying to look up, take whatever space that can be taken in B hookah. Salmonella holding the side, willing to stand here and fight for everything. Spray coming through, no one's dropped. Yukio trying to plant, but thinking better of it. Deciding instead to fight. Hold that spike. Dude, trades out Salmonella. Nade coming through. Defo throwing down trade. Cade, sorry. It looks like 4v4 retake again. All of these 4v4 fights we're seeing is insane. Utility coming through. Yukio eating a Bringbok. Manager and Zorba coming through. Zorba picking Yoppy. 3v4. Manager trading 2. Yukio getting 2. 2v2. Defo.
One enemy remains.
Takes out Zorba. What is going on? I don't even know how to see. Talk about what is happening here.
Switching sides.
It's absolutely insane. Yukio, the lowest member on the lowest HP for the side of SEL's Warriors, getting 3 there, securing that round for SEL's Warriors and putting them up for the first time in this OT. Dogfight really need to adjust here. They need to get something working. I mean, if SEL's Warriors are able to adapt one more time, it's one round that separates them between the next round in the game or elimination. And it's really important that Dogfight come up with an answer here. Looks like Yoppy trying to fight through bathrooms here. A lot of spams coming through. Utility coming out, but none of it lands. Yoppy still alive. Getting sprayed through. Getting out on 12 HP. What an insane... Getting healed as well. All of that damage. All that utility. All that damage. All that utility completely negated. We see a Prowler coming. Catching Yukio here. I mean, the side of Dogfight, so low in utility after trying to get that early fight, trying to punish Yoppy for that aggressive push and getting no value out of it. It's looking really bad for the side of Dogfight here, stuck in bathrooms with no utility really to speak of. Usman taking damage and no real way to heal. I mean, quick by the way, Yukio picking up Salmonella. Zorba looking for anything he can get here. Managing to the flash. Yukio not getting flashed by it though. Takes out Natural.
That's the second.
Going through. Yukio being a rock for the side of SEL's Warriors here. Really just clutching up several important rounds, even if he didn't get the last kill, getting those early kills. Getting healed here by... Heal has run out though. Yukio taking the fight. Usman trading it out though. And we have Zorba picking off SEL. 3v3. Yoppy trading it out again. Usman down. Manager looking to play. Thinking better of it. Gets caught by Yoppy. There are 1 player versus 3. Zorba has to win here. Has to get this to save his team from being eliminated. And he
Oh my god!
taking out Zorba.
In the end.
And we have SEL's Warrior winning 16-14 on, again, the side of SEL's Warriors.
It's amazing to come back to. Holy crap. I fully expected this game to be over when it was still on.
I mean, those two teams just fighting for their lives, not wanting to get eliminated. But unfortunately, we are seeing Dogfight going out of this now. I mean, they have had a great series throughout this tournament, fighting super hard, going against great teams, always pulling a close scoreline. I mean, what a way to go out, 14-16. I mean, even though Dogfight getting eliminated here, they battled to the very last, and you have to be proud if you're on Dogfight. I mean, you fought for your lives there, and you got to give them credit. But SEL's Warriors finding
amazing.
Absolutely, SEL's Warriors finding all the right adjustments, the team play coming out on top, and that signature aggression from Dogfight causing them some problems, and SEL's Warriors just adapting around that and causing them to get that win. Each round could have gone either way, and yeah, congratulations, SEL's Warriors moving on to the next round, and sadly, Dogfight are out of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad to see them go, but on the bright side, we are about to get an interview for SEL's Warriors, so that's pretty exciting to look forward to.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Yeah, how do you feel? Congratulations, man.
I'm nervous.
Nervous? Nervous? You already won. Why are you feeling nervous?
For the interview, but I'm lucky like still I'm still feeling the adrenaline from the game.
Yeah, I mean that was a very, very long last match. So,
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel after taking it to the final round?
Oh, feels good. We had a really bad first game, I'm not gonna lie. Second game,
Mm.
real good. And then third game was like stressful as hell.
Yeah, I mean, like I can see why you would think that. I mean, like, what was like going through your mind like during that last round? I mean, everything was so hectic. It was the last round to bring the game home.
Honestly, I don't even remember most of it, but I think I got the first pick. Oh well, sorry, Yoppie pushed showers. He saw like the entire team there. I had to help him get out. I went to go ego short. I got one.
Mm-mm-mm.
I egoed, got another one. I think I kind of threw because I overheated, but I'm glad
Never.
my team was able to like wrap it up. But God, the comms were hectic last round. Everyone was stressed.
Yeah. I have one last question before we move on to crawlers for any questions. But I think we all really know who it was. But who do you think was the biggest threat on dogs, and how did you handle that?
The biggest threat? I'm not even gonna lie. I think everyone played well, to be fair. In the initial game, Head Shredder, I think that's their main duelist, had a good ass game. He was
Yeah,
like
Usman.
insane.
Yeah.
I think throughout all 3 games, their most consistent player would have been Natural.
Mm.
God, this guy scares
It was
me.
very scary. Yes.
Yeah, but I think everyone on the enemy team played fairly well. I was kind of scared of them all, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I expected the Usman to be up there.
Oh, not yet. Sorry, didn't even check the last game. Usman, that guy.
Usman and I think Head Shredder was the same person, right?
Yeah, Usman
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
made me nearly start crying in this internet cafe. I'm not gonna lie. He was actually crazy.
Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, crawlers. Do you have any questions you're interested in?
Yeah, just one. I mean, I didn't get to see the first 2 maps, unfortunately.
Uh,
I was available, but I came and saw that last match, and I mean, I think the thing that really carried the side of Cells Warriors through here was your ability to react and make good plays. I mean, we saw that default play. We saw how you guys played off the information, and you were talking about those comms being chaotic. What was it? Who was making those calls? Who was the person grounding you all together and making all the right calls to find the gaps in Dogfight's line? I mean, all the right calls were coming, especially in that last part of the OT, just the right calls are swinging together. Was any one person onto that, or were the comms just so chaotic and it just worked out for you guys?
so our main IGLs are Doot and Cell. Those two
Mm.
are they're very good like in-game leaders. They're insane. They have good calls. They have good, I don't know, like plans, ideas. They call for swings. Yeah, they kind of just control like us, because when it comes to uh like Yoppie, Default, and we're kind of egoists, so we kind of just swing things, and we don't
Mm.
really think a lot of the time. We don't really play smart. We're kind of just aimers. Whereas Do and Cell, they have the ability to just, I don't know, give really good comms, call really good strats, and just win us the game. They'll call stuff, and then we'll play off of it, which is a blessing. Honestly, I love having them on my team.
Fantastic. It's good to hear. And yeah, an important grounded person or people being able to bring in the team and make sure we don't make any silly mistakes is so important. We do have a question from
Yeah.
Aqua here, Viceroy. The question is, how did it feel when the game's dragged onto a third map and then overtime? I mean, that's the most rounds you can possibly play in a series. So
Yeah.
how was the mental going throughout that game? What were you feeling?
The first game initially, yeah, again, started really bad, but we were able to make like a slight comeback, which I think kept our mental in the game. Like we started off with what,
Yeah.
like one round and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I
Um,
feel like after that second map, you guys actually
yeah,
destroyed, and that sort of that
yeah,
confidence and that momentum sort of carried on to that final match.
yeah. So first game, bad start, but thank God for Cell keeping our mental there. Just you know, like, hey guys, we made a good comeback. Second map, love enemy team, but sorry, we lucky destroyed second map. And then the third map, I think you guys saw, but we had that one round where we entered a 1v3 against Usman, where he had a
Mhm.
classic, I'm pretty sure, and our mental
Yeah.
was just lost. Default was angry.
Yeah.
I was upset. But again, sorry, language.
Hey.
Thank God for Doot and Sal, who were able to just keep us all calm, just keep the energy calm, where we're not yelling at each other, kept us in the game. Again, called really good shots, and we were able to win.
Yeah, I mean, like,
fantastic.
again, congratulations. Like, that was a really big match for you to win.
Yeah, God bless.
Absolutely. And
God
good
bless.
luck to the side of
Yes.
Cell. I mean, one more game, and that's all you need to make playoffs. But if you
Yeah.
don't manage to pull through, you're just where you were before. But it's only one game difference, and I hope that my team, Redline, in the same position, will be able to see you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah,
So
we'll see you in
best of luck.
playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best of luck to you
I
guys.
mean, yeah, I have one quick last fun
No
question.
worries. Yeah.
Okay, since Dogs played very great too,
Yeah.
if you had to recruit one of them, who's getting that offer?
I love Natural, Loki. Natural, I'm not even gonna lie, throughout all 3 games, every eco round that Natural bought a stinger, it was always me getting absolutely cooked by it. Loki,
Yeah.
shout out to Natural.
Yeah.
But
Do you have any?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any last words to Dogs and your future opponents, maybe?
Dogs played well. Sorry for the loss. Keep it up. Nice try. I don't know. And for future opponents, watch out. I don't know. That's all I
That's
got.
the confidence we want to hear. The confidence we want to hear. Watch out. Whoever's up against Cell next, look out. They're coming.
Yeah,
They're
I just,
gonna
I just,
get
got, I just got shivers, man.
No, don't worry. Watch out. I don't know if you saw the games, but my duo Yoppy, 3 MVPs. You guys better watch out.
Ah.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for your
Yeah,
time, Jen.
thank you.
And
Thank you.
congratulations for the victory tonight. And good luck for your future
Yeah.
games. We'll
Thank
move on
you.
now and we'll grab Zorba in to talk to one of the members from Dogfight. But you've heard from Cell Jen here their takes on what happened in that game. And now we'll get an idea of what was going on the side of Dogfight, what was happening on their side of the map.
Yeah, I'm actually really interested. Welcome, Zorba. You ready for the interview?
Hello. Yes.
So you guys took cells all the way to the final round. I mean, we haven't seen a longer Valorant match. What do you think made the difference and made you guys lose in that last round?
The last round or second map?
The last round.
The last round, well, I think we were tired. I think they had a good play, and obviously those picks. Those picks are what sealed the deal. Game 2, or map 2, sorry. Usman had to go, unfortunately, because of some stuff with his parents. So we lost one of our main duelists, which I think is what sealed the deal on that map. Not to mention that Cells Warriors Ascent is crazy. I was casting for that for their game against Brimstone Baddies, and
Yes.
good match they played. It was a close game. It was a close series. We played good. They played good. They just played a little bit better. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, as Usman had to take a break that second match, we really saw how big of a hit that dogfights really took. But if you were stuck in a 1v5 and you could only call one teammate to clutch, who would it be?
Usman.
Why?
He is, or either him or Natural. They are the bread and butter of our main roster.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
mean,
have
a
anyone
very,
else.
very strong duo.
Indeed.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
I mean, how's the team dynamic been? Like, do you think that this match brought you guys closer or maybe tested your limits?
We were close. We were close. I think the Odin spam definitely got nades a little bit. That was
Yep. I think it would
Um,
to get anyone's, yeah.
that, and we did get a bit overconfident, continuously swinging showers and just letting them pick us off. But other than that, I honestly don't think there was much that separated the two of us there. SEL's Warriors just played just that slightly better.
Yeah, I mean, like, fair enough. Yeah, that's all of the questions from me. Crawlers, do you have any questions for Zorba
Yeah,
here?
I do. So Zorba, Dogfight, unfortunately getting eliminated in this game. And I mean, such a close game too. That's got to be a devastating blow. You guys were 2 rounds away from moving on to the next round. But what is it that you guys will take from this? I mean, as you were talking about that put-ins towards the end, is this stuff that your team's going to learn for? What's the future plans? Are you guys going to try and go head first into Prem and try and pull a victory out here, or what's the future for Dogfight now?
Well, the hope is that I could spin it off into a Prem team. We're currently looking for another member, but at the end of the day, we came here to have fun, yeah? And that's what we did. We had fun, we played, and that's all that matters. Doesn't matter if we win or lose the series, all that matters is we had fun.
Absolutely, and that is the correct mindset, especially for the VCC OCE tournament. That's what we're going to hear from our players. Everybody just having a good time, and I mean, you're seeing that Dogfight again being able to pull that as close as it can possibly get, especially for an elimination match, just taking that all the way through and showing that you guys were willing to fight till the absolute last and just couple of rounds that secured the loss, unfortunately. But yeah, Dogfight. I think from me, I don't really have any more questions, but I want to directly address the team and everyone on your team, Zorba. You guys fought hard, didn't give up, and you made SEL work for that victory, and you should all be proud of yourselves tonight and go on into the future of your team with your Prem. Try and get those victories. You have it in you, and I'm curious to see the future of Dogfight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for your time for the interview. I mean,
No worries.
Dogfight did a really, really good job putting out that fight. So
It's almost like it's in our name.
yeah. Whoa.
Well, I think that's all the time we have. I have no more questions. Floyd, have you
Yeah,
got any more?
I don't have any more.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us, Zorba. And you just heard from Zorba on the side of Dogfight. And yeah, we'll close it out. The victory going
Yeah,
towards Cell.
I have a
Unfortunately,
quick
Dogfight being eliminated. And yeah, go ahead,
yeah.
Floyd.
Yeah, so that would be a wrap on today's showdown. I mean, like, what a series that we just saw. Sellers take it to the final round, but huge props for Dogs for putting up a fight to the very end. I mean, thanks for everyone who tuned in, spam chat, and, brought the hype. You guys are the real MVPs. But before we sign off, huge thanks to Banana for prodding and casting a game for us. I mean, absolute legend, keeping things smooth behind the scenes and on the mic. Massive shout out to Aqua as well for observing and making the stream look clean. Those cams were on point all night. I mean, of course, thank you, Crawlers, for casting alongside me, and Nats, who isn't here at the moment, but thank you guys. I mean, it wouldn't be the same without you, always a blast. And I mean, if you liked what you guys saw, hit the subscribe button, stay logged, because this is just the beginning. And we've got more action, more matches, and more chaos coming soon. Until then, stay cracked, stay kind, and always GG well played.